attacks on Israel.
Omer Nutra was remembered during services Tuesday in Syosset, New York. He was confirmed killed Monday when the Israeli military announced he was not taken alive in the attack on October 7th, 2023. Nutra deferred going to college to go to Israel and enlist in the military. The Israeli Defense Forces posthumously promoted Nutra to captain.
Fox's Colonel Scott. Among today's mourners, the parents of Hirsch Goldberg, who was found dead in Gaza in August, one of several hostages killed shortly before Israeli forces reached them. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
When you might get some more snow. Cloudy and 24 degrees downtown. Your radar's clear. You'll have lows staying in the mid-20s tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 3:02. All the snow that's fallen the last few weeks is more typical of the kind of weather Indy normally gets this time of year.
Now that we're seeing a winter that's a little bit closer to normal, it feels a little abnormal to us. So far this winter we've got 3.7 inches of snow, whereas last winter we got only 8.2.
Cody Moore with the National Weather Service says snow could return Wednesday night into Thursday morning. And yesterday, snow was responsible for nearly 200 wrecks.
I think people are often quick to blame the roads or the road conditions.
State Police Sergeant John Perrine says what people need to do is be more patient and more willing to slow down rather than blaming the weather. No one was hurt or killed in any of the wrecks during yesterday's snowfall. They went 110 miles per hour in a construction zone. Kurt Darling reports that's not the only reason two men are now in jail in northern Indiana.
Brandon Williams and Moraga Youssef were booking it in an Audi on I-94 near Valparaiso. State troopers spotted them, and the pair stopped and started 3 times during a high-speed chase in which they could not shake the troopers. They eventually hit a semi. Neither was badly hurt, but when troopers searched the Audi, they found a fully automatic Glock 45 9mm pistol and nearly $16,000 in cash. As you can imagine, both were arrested. Kirk Darling, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
It's typical around this time of year. You hear a few stories about people stealing packages off of front porches. IMPD Officer Tommy Thompson says there are some security options you can look into.
You also utilize some type of surveillance camera at your Ring doorbell or something at your house so that notifies you when someone's at the house and that a package has been delivered.
Thompson tells Wish TV you can also get some sort of special lock box that you can install on your porch to protect your stuff. And the Big Ten football coach of the year is IU head coach Curt Cignetti. He was asked about it today. The Big Ten Network says winning starts with work ethic.
Once you start winning and it builds confidence and belief, and then the people start showing up in the stadium, it just kind of snowballs.
Cignetti is the third Indiana coach to win the Big Ten Coach of the Year award. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:04.
Are you having a hard time making it through a day of work without foot pain or discomfort with things that used to be simple, like walking the dog? You may be thinking there's no way that something as simple as the Good Feet store can help you, like Bill.
My feet would just ache, my back would hurt, my ankles, everything just hurt. And I'd seen the commercial several times before I finally said, I'm going to do this. And I'll be darned if it didn't work. I feel a million times better than I ever did.
Another satisfied customer of the Good Feet store is Wendy.
Since wearing my arch supports from the Good Feet store, my back pain is gone and my feet don't hurt as much. And as I look into the future without pain, I see myself being even more adventurous, joyful, and full of possibility.
Come to the Good Feet store today for your free fitting and test walk. We're located in Castleton by the Fashion Mall or in Greenwood just off the 65. Or book your free fitting at goodfeet.com. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Discover your options at the Good Feet store.
With traffic in the 5s at 3:05. What's going on, Matt Bear?
Harrison looking at a crash on the west side, Tibbs Avenue, south of Sam Jones Expressway. Then on the north side, eastbound 465 slows from Keystone Avenue over to I-69. Southbound 65 slow into the north, split from West Street. Traffic sponsored by AutoZone. Get into zone. What makes AutoZone's American #1 battery destination? Because they offer free battery testing and charging and reliable replacement batteries, and they've always got your battery solution. Get in the zone, AutoZone. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Mostly sunny skies today. It will be chilly with high temperatures right around the freezing mark. Partly cloudy overnight and cold. Lows fall to 24. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it! So what in the blue hell happened on our roads last night? It's the Hammer and Nigel show. My name is Jason Allen Hammer. I'm 6 feet tall, 223 pounds, down from 271. Big Nige is here, and Matt Baer joins us in studio. Now, Matt, I admit, sometimes when we get rolling on this show, I have no idea what's happening on the roads other than your traffic reports. And when I hear you say, oh, it sucks out there, usually I don't think too much of it because during rush hour, it's normal for things to suck. So I admit I had no idea how bad things were outside. But when we left here yesterday and got on the roads, how long did it take you, Nige, to get home?
An hour and a half, hour 45 minutes. Usually takes a half hour. I went down Illinois, turned left on the ramp to I-65 North. Big mistake because I hadn't been, Matt Baer does his traffic stuff, but when we're in here, we're usually discussing the next segment, or I just kind of don't hear Matt's. I should have checked with Matt before I left last night.
Well, you know what? I'm going to blame Matt Baer for this because this whole thing was his fault yesterday. Just like it's Marcus's fault for the weather. Yeah. When there's traffic hell, it's Matt Baer's fault. I think you should have told us how bad it was face to face, Matt.
Well, when I installed the ball bearings on those ramps, and they started popping out, I never
The thing
said,
is, it's all about ball bearings these days.
It's all about ball bearings these days. I never said I was a civil engineer. Guys, last night was the worst rush hour of the year by far, and that goes for
Why? What
winter.
happened?
What I am gathering, well, one, when we have these snowstorms where we don't get ready for, that's when we have the bedlam that occurred yesterday afternoon and evening. It's
You're
when
right.
we're really prepared. It's like when we get these 4 days mornings, Marcus, who does a hell of a job, I love our Wish friends, when they get on here and they say, hey, there's a snowstorm coming in 4 days, it's going to be awful. We get ready and then it snows, nobody's on the roads, everything's great. It's when it comes out of nowhere and the roads aren't treated.
Right.
That we start to slip and slide all over the place. And I believe this was a situation, according to the reports I got on X, the calls that came into the traffic center, and we got a bunch of them. We did not have very well treated roads out there yesterday, if treated at all in parts.
They weren't, at least where I was at. I got on 65 North. I got about past Methodist going north out of downtown. I was like, I took the first exit I could off that, and I somehow made it to Meridian, shot up north to 38th Street, down to Michigan Road, and it took me like another 38th Street sucked, Michigan Road sucked. It all sucked, and then I was pulling my hair out. I was like down to my last bar on gasoline in my van. My man van's got a front wheel drive, just swerving all over the place, and then I'm cursing. I'm just, and then I saw a poor bastard on a motorcycle, like a moped, who probably, you see a grown man on a moped, I think we all know what that means.
That's the Dewey scooter.
Yeah, that's a liquor sickle, basically. It's a liquor sickle.
The liquor sickle?
I go, man,
I have never heard of it referred to as a liquor sickle before.
Yeah, come on. My neighbor Deb actually made that term up. That's not my term. I give full credit to Deb, but I saw that poor bastard. I was like, man, I got it pretty good, so I'll be all right. It just took me, it came out of nowhere, really out of nowhere. And that line of cars inbound and outbound from downtown on 65, both ways, north and south, standstills.
Yeah, and I'm old.
Crawling for miles and miles. I couldn't even see. That's why I got off the exit.
I go to bed like at 8 o'clock to be able to function as a middle-aged man, and I know that's really early. And
your work schedule is insane because you do the morning show with Tony Katz, then you come back and hang out with us.
Right,
split shift.
It's a total blessing. Love my gig, but when I got up to pee for the 80th time in a half hour last night, it was about 9 o'clock, and I look out my window. I live next to the North Split, the second busiest interchange in Indiana. And 65 was still stopped in both directions. And I'm thinking to myself, when was the last time that 65, 70 were stopped at 3 o'clock when rush hour started until 9 o'clock at night. And I couldn't remember in my career. Now I'm sure it's happened. Yeah, I don't want to be the boy who cried wolf. We already have that going on a little bit. But I was thinking, when was the last time? And I don't think it had. It was just one of those rush hours where just a little bit of snow comes in. And there's just enough water to get enough to stick. And there's enough wind to get blowing snow conditions out there. And that just made the perfect traffic apocalypse that we had yesterday afternoon. It was brutal, guys.
It was just a combination of slide-offs and wrecks and just slow going because people were sliding all over the place. Like you said, the perfect storm.
The thing that was really worrying me is when I checked these cameras on these big-time interchanges like 65, 465 on the south side, and I'd watch cars. What got me onto it was a crash at this interchange, and I was watching the cars enter from 465 to northbound 65, and man, they couldn't do it. I mean, their asses were all over the interstate. It was really alarming when I saw that. So, we try to make that better with the traffic reports, but it gets to the point where do you tell people to go? You're talking about 38th Street, one of the major east-west corridors in Indianapolis. You would think would always be drivable unless there was some sort of procession going on there at Crown Hill or whatever else.
Right.
Yeah, but it wasn't the case last night. You have to have that corridor. So what's going on with the whole thing? That's...
So if disaster movies have taught me anything, there's always a moment, whether it's an asteroid movie or whether it's a perfect storm, where there's going to be some scientist. He's looking at data. He takes his glasses off and goes, "Oh, my God." When was your "my God" moment yesterday?
I got out of bed about 2:30 and looked out the window. And I said, "My God." It was like that South Park episode where Randy's like, "Oh, my God." He said, we're all going to die. It's coming to get us, when talking about the cold. No, it happened. I sat down about 3 o'clock, did the first report at 3:05, and then I saw somebody turn backwards on 70 out in Hendricks County. And I looked in Hendricks County and started following the cameras, and the whole interstate out of nowhere was just covered. And we're talking about the left side. And we're a 4-lane interstate. You cannot drive on the left side. Otherwise, you'll get turned around unless you have 4-wheel drive. And that's what I saw. And that was my, oh, my God, moment that we're in big trouble this afternoon. And everything kind of perpetuated from there.
All right. I know you got to get back to the traffic center, but thank you for coming in.
Yeah,
and let's try to be better today. Okay.
Listen, I didn't sleep well last night. I'm a little cranky.
You did a great job.
We'll see what happens with rush hour.
Matt Bear is the absolute best in the business. Nobody does it better. Matt, thank you.
Love you guys.
So another video is on our social media, Nige, of the Old Smoky Advent Calendar.
Yeah.
Posted it last night. Now, a lot of people are wondering, hey, where's the coupon lady? I got yelled at by somebody in a direct message saying, I can't believe you're not sharing that with your wife. First of all,
remind everybody what you're talking about, first of all.
Okay, so I bought this Advent calendar from the Old Smoky Distillery in Tennessee. It's the moonshine people, right?
Quote unquote moonshine.
Right.
Yeah.
The purists get a little butthurt when you say that. But Old Smoky is this company that makes like commercial brands of the shine, and they sell it all over the country. The big distillery is in Tennessee. Went down there, bought this Advent calendar where, just like one you would buy in the store where you would pull a little latch and a piece of candy would fall out.
Yeah, my kids do that every day. Yeah.
There's a little thing where you pull out and there's a sample of shine in it.
It's different flavor.
Right. From December 1st to the 25th.
Beautiful.
I said, I'm going to do a video every night. And I have no idea what flavors are in it. Just pull it out and be surprised. So last night was night number 2. And it was the fruit punchy kind of one. It was called Hunch Punch. But I got yelled at by somebody in a direct message. I can't believe you're not sharing that with your wife. What the hell is wrong with you? She's not home.
Yeah, she's gone. She's working, isn't she?
Yeah, she's
out
down
of town?
seeing the basement of the Alamo in San Antonio.
The basement.
What time do we see the basement? Pee-wee fans, you know what I'm talking about. No, she's on a work trip, so I'm doing it by myself.
She's bachelor.
But you know what?
Yeah.
This is the crap that I end up getting in fights about. Like yesterday, first segment of the show, we mentioned, hey, Moonshine Mondays are back. We got some dude. Well, if it's sold in a store, it's not really moonshine, you jag off. All right, fine. So
it says moonshine on the bottle.
I ended up calling that guy the D word on Twitter. Like, first day back, and I got to deal with that first break.
Welcome home.
And then last night, I'm trying to do a fun video. It's the holidays. Let's get festive. Let's do the thing. Well, you're not sharing it with your wife, you jerk off. She's not even home. Leave me alone. Can we not have nice things for 5 minutes? Can we just not enjoy everything for 5 minutes here?
No, absolutely not.
No.
How much was that thing? Because, again, I saw the picture you posted on Twitter. It looked like you took a picture of a display of moonshine at the liquor store where you bought all that stuff. No, that was at your house.
And the advent calendar wasn't even in that picture.
Okay, look, you got to tell me, that thing was that 50? Over 50? The advent calendar?
Oh,
the
yes.
moonshine?
Yes.
I was going to say, man, it's got to be.
So if you go on our Instagram, I think it's Instagram, might have put it on Facebook or Twitter. I can't remember. So I've got the moonshine bottles that I purchased stacked up like in a pyramid at my house. So
you don't have to tell me how much you spent. I just was wondering about the advent calendar. That alone must have been like $75, around 70. Yeah. Wow.
Somewhere between that.
That's 25 different little bottles of moonshine.
So make sure you follow us on all of our social media, Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, Instagram. I'll do another video tonight.
Okay.
Again, I don't know what shine it is, but we'll do another video tonight. So follow us, engage with us. You might have to seek us out on Facebook because Zuck sucks. And I believe we still have restrictions on our account. I'm not sure, but Hammer and Nigel, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All right, Matt Baer, tell me we're doing better than yesterday.
Much, much better. We do have a slowdown on the north side. That's eastbound 465 from Keystone Avenue over to I-69, but that's been there most of our lives. Traffic sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. What makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination? Because they offer free battery testing and charging and reliable replacement batteries. And they've always got your battery solution. Get in the zone. AutoZone. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And again, I've heard a lot of things in my life. I'm a guy that normally is the one leading terms to people. But I've never heard of liquor sickle. I'm getting mocked on the YouTube chat. I can't believe, of all people, you have never heard of the term liquor sickle.
Sure. Well, I mean, that's what they call my e-bike that I got for Christmas a couple of years ago. My neighbor Deb goes, I drive by down on my way to the village in the summer. Nigel on a liquor sickle. Yeah, I guess technically it is.
But you never got
no.
popped for.
No, there's different. Yeah.
But
I
it's
never
just
got popped.
The norm, right?
Yeah.
You see an older guy on one of those things, and there's a reason why you're driving.
Well,
it.
I saw the guy on a moped. You see a guy but the e-bike just has a little battery on it that you could pedal along with. But a moped, like a Honda Spree or something like that,
right.
Liquor sickle.
And it's always great, too, when you see a big fat bastard on a moped because it always reminds me of those guys on the back of the old Guinness Book of Records.
Yeah.
The brothers, they got a cowboy hat on and their big fat cheeks are hanging over the bike.
Back from the 30s and stuff, yeah.
Back in the day. Yeah. All right, man, we're going to have a good time today. Let's have some fun, right? December is here. Let's have some fun. It's 27 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Hey, if you feel like you've tried everything when it comes to getting consistent physical activity, getting in the gym, lifting weights, you didn't like any of it, it didn't work for you, you don't have time to go to a big box gym 4 days a week, try something different, try something unique. It's what I've been doing for years now. It's the program at Exercise Inc. Exercise Inc. is a once-a-week private 20-minute workout. Once a week for 20 minutes. It gets you the physical movement, the exercise, the resistance your body needs and craves. Right now at Exercise Inc., if you come in for a free consultation the month of December, this month, you'll get 2 free sessions just for trying it out. You don't even have to sign up. So see what it's all about. It's really easy. It's hard work. But if you think you don't have time to work out, wrong again. This is only once a week for 20 minutes. No mirrors, no music, just you and your trainer. It's a private session. You lose some weight. You look better. I know I have. Exercise Inc., lots of locations. Avon, Brownsburg, Greenwood, Zionsville, and now new in Fishers. ExerciseInc.com. That's ExerciseInc.com.
Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center by offering the expert, compassionate care you need.
When I was at my lowest, I would have 2 or 3 nurses come in to give me a pep talk, telling me it's okay to feel this way. It's normal, but you have us to support you and you will get through this.
Learn more at ecommunity.com/cancer.
It's the holidays. If you're feeling bah humbug or not bringing your usual cheer. It could be low testosterone. It affects our moods. Testosterone therapy, or TRT, can help put jingle in your bells. Guys have different T levels. We're not all the same. Don't go for just any standard dosage TRT plan. We recommend personalized treatment you get with the experts at Low T Center. Their TRT plan is tailored just for you with over a decade of experience. Go to lowtcenter.com and book your appointment. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Downtown Indy, dressed in holiday style and glowing with bright lights and festive sights all season long. Gather with friends on Monument Circle to enjoy stunning holiday lighting and audio-visual presentations every night of the week. Create new memories while dining at award-winning restaurants just steps from your favorite attractions, sporting events, and performances. Come winter wander in downtown Indy. Come for an event, stay for a holiday experience. Visit IndyWonderland.com for all the details, including curated downtown holiday itineraries. That's IndyWonderland.com.
Hearing about online threats every day can be stressful. McAfee Total Protection is here to help you live a worry-free life online. What does worry-free mean? You won't have to wonder if that text message is a scam, if new threats will pop up on your PC, or if you're safe from identity theft. Visit McAfee.com/online protection today to get up to 79% off award-winning online protection. Act fast. This Black Friday Cyber Monday deal won't last. Offer ends 12/4/24. That's McAfee.com/online protection. Cancel anytime. Terms apply.
So this new dose is, well, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
What is 988?
It's a free 24-hour suicide and crisis lifeline.
With trained crisis specialists offering a listening ear.
For anyone experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis.
Or thoughts of suicide. Specialists have your best interest in mind.
And can connect you to helpful resources.
If you're experiencing a crisis, call or text the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. It's someone who gets you.
And it's a way forward.
We've seen that sleep apnea bully stop breathing more than 100 times an hour. But this problem is solvable, and Advent has simple solutions that have been proven to be extremely effective.
Express the heartwarming message that says love is about being together. Let a Pierce Jewelers diamond engagement ring be the symbol that says I love you. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
This hour powered by bwindow.com, where their annual 52% off Black Friday has been extended.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Are you a lotto guy? Are you doing like the Mega Millions?
I'm total bandwagon when it comes to that. Like, I don't normally play the lottery, but when I see these ridiculous numbers, then I might jump in the mix.
So it's 541 million. That's the next jackpot, I believe, on Friday. Or no one matched the 6 numbers on last Friday's Mega Millions. The next jackpot's worth $541 million. Yeah, screw it. I'm not even messing around with like a 50 million jackpot. I don't mess around with those low numbers. I got to wait at least till it's 9 figures.
So this is kind of what it's like when somebody says, yeah, I don't follow the NFL. I'll just watch the Super Bowl, right? I'm like that with the lottery. I'm not interested in it most of the time, but when it's big and massive, I'll totally be a bandwagon fan and jump in.
Hey, I mean, why not us? Why not? I mean, somebody's going to win it. Right?
Do me a favor. Pass me that tinfoil hat that you've got right next to you there.
Throw that over there.
Let me put this on. Every year around this time, we start hearing these stories of it's getting close to $1 billion every year at this time. Why is that? Is there some reason why, or is this whole thing fixed? Because it feels like every single year, from Christmas until like the first couple weeks of New Year, to get people fired up and talking, I don't know, but we have these massive, like record-breaking jackpots. You never have these types of things in like April or September, it feels like.
Maybe it's because everybody's spending money they don't have right now.
Maybe
Christmas.
That's it.
And so, hey, while you're spending all this money that you don't have, throw a couple extra bucks in the pot for the Mega Millions, and who knows?
When was the last time you bought a lottery scratcher?
I'd get them for Christmas from family. I haven't bought one for decades, probably.
I'll do one once in a while.
I know I've bought like Mega Millions and Powerball.
Yeah.
Nothing recent, but the scratchers now.
I'll buy a scratcher once in a while, and then I'm bandwagon with this stuff. But like you, I get the lottery tickets for Christmas. I love it. I've got a pretty good track record of winning some good money on those things every holiday. So usually end up taking that money and going right back and getting more and end up blowing it. Spoken like a true gambler. But this does bring us to great moments in local TV reporters asking people about the lottery history.
Hammer and Nigel present great moments in local TV reporters asking people about the lottery history.
Sir, can I ask you what your lucky numbers are?
I'm going to pick 14, 24, 2, 7, and 15.
Can I ask you, if you won all the money, what would you do with it?
Bunch of hookers and cocaine.
Oh, okay, that's not good.
Great moments in local TV reporters asking people about the lottery history.
It's not good to you. I mean, she gets so uppity and judgmental. Oh, well, that's not good. Well, maybe in your world it's not good, but in that gentleman's specific circumstance, I'd say it's perfect.
Right. Like, that's the type of living he would do if he had that type of money.
He's being honest.
Allison, you a lottery player? Do you get in the Mega Millions or Powerball or any of that?
I don't. I'm actually like you. I think it must be a common thing in the Midwest for family members to buy you scratch-offs for Christmas. But I never win anything.
Really?
Ever. No.
I like a good lottery ticket, and I like a good gift card. Some people turn their nose up at gift cards. Bring it to me. As Pedro Serrano says when he's yelling at the pitcher from the other team, bring that stuff to me, man. I'm here for it.
YouTube chat, AK6143. The lottery is totally fixed. The winner always comes from some podunk area of poor community. It's directed wealth redistribution. You never hear a Powerball winner coming from somewhere like Carmel, Indiana. I don't know. I mean, some of those houses you see in 116th Street, those giant mansions, those people ain't playing a Powerball. They already hit the Powerball of life. Whether they're, a fancy schmancy sales executive or, something in a medical field or a lawyer or something like that. All those those people in those houses ain't playing a lottery. It is. I bet it is a lot of people from poor communities dumping their money into the lotto. It wouldn't surprise me a bit.
Could you imagine the backlash if Donald Trump won the Mega Millions? Like, if he won all that money, could you imagine how Joe Scarborough and his wife Mika would respond if Trump puts out a video? Totally won the Mega Millions. Gonna put it in my bank account. Not giving any to charity. Joe Scarborough's head would spin around like Beetlejuice. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
This Black Friday, shop at Helzberg and get up to 65% off select jewelry, like a unique engagement ring to say,
I want to spend my life with you.
A stylish pendant that says,
I think you're a pretty good catch.
Or huggy hoop earrings that tell her,
See? I was listening.
Come to the Helzberg Black Friday sale and get up to 65% off select engagement rings and fine jewelry. A perfect gift designed with the love and care worthy of your story. Visit a Helzberg store or helzberg.com.
Hey, it's Matt Bear. This year was crazy, unpredictable like rush hour after a surprise snowstorm. I'm looking for stability in 2025. I'm looking for new snow tires, and that includes addressing my financial future. Let me tell you about Trajan Wealth. Trajan Wealth can help you limit risk during times when policy might be shifting. It's a new year, new administration, everything's new coming in. Trajan Wealth always checking and monitoring the markets, always considering the economic cycle in developing your fully customized portfolio. Call today for a complimentary introduction at 317-480-4040. And I love this. Trajan Wealth is an independent firm, which means they can really customize your portfolios. They're not bound to one line of product or portfolio. And Trajan is a fiduciary, meaning they're required to recommend what's best for clients, what makes me feel like I'm cruising on dry streets. Call the fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth to schedule your free consultation. 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com today. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor, paid advertisement.
It's a big reason why I only use American Standard heating and air equipment. Big reason why I only use American Standard dealers. It's because they're built to a higher standard. Here's Hammer to tell you about one of those amazing, independent, local, Central Indy American Standard dealers.
Oh, how about our friends at B&W HVAC, Plumbing, and Electrical in Speedway? The cold weather is here, and that means your furnace is going to be running. But is it safe? Is it ready to keep you warm? B&W's dedicated team of experts will ensure that your heating system is in top shape. So, whether you want your home to be warm and cozy in the winter, or when the summer rolls around, you want the AC to be great, B+W.com. Schedule a time to speak with one of their experts. B+W.com, or just call 317-243-3581. 243-3581. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you. American Standard Heating and Air, built to a higher standard.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
You never know how bad it could be. Cloudy, 25 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. There's no signs of any rain or snow on your radar. Not supposed to get much colder tonight, low of just 24. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 3:32. It never hurts to be prepared if you see any snow in the forecast, says Cody Moore with the National Weather Service.
Well, even if the forecast says like 20% chance of snow showers or something small, or we don't have a winter weather advisory out, don't just think that everything is going to be fine, because it really doesn't take much, especially when temperatures are in the 20s or lower.
Moore says another round of snow could show up Wednesday into Thursday. Plan accordingly if that's the case. Driving around Indy was a headache yesterday.
Since 3 p.m. yesterday until 6 a.m. this morning, we had 168 crashes just in Indianapolis that ISP responded to.
State Police Sergeant John Perrine says a lot of those wrecks were from people just driving too fast in slick conditions. He recommends you slow down and take your time. Protest today in South Korea. It's all because the nation's president, Yoon Suk Yeol, declared martial law today, accusing members of the opposition political party of supporting North Korea. The country's parliament later voted to lift the martial law declaration. Every year around this time of year, you hear stories of thieves taking packages off of somebody's front porch. IMPD Officer Tommy Thompson says there are some things you could do to keep that from happening.
Also utilize some type of surveillance camera at your Ring doorbell or something at your house, so that notifies you when someone's at the house and that a package has been delivered.
He tells Wish TV, if you're really concerned about someone taking your stuff, look into buying a special lockbox that you can install to protect your packages. And the Big Ten Football Coach of the Year is head coach of the Indiana Hoosiers, Curt Cignetti, in year one. He was asked about it today while on the Big Ten Network, and he said the whole thing with winning starts with having a good work ethic.
You know, once you start winning and it builds confidence and belief, and then the people start showing up in the stadium, it just kind of snowballs.
Cignetti's led the Hoosiers to 11 wins and just one loss this season. It's the program's first ever double-digit win season in its existence. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:34.
Pat Sullivan here for the Michaelis Corporation, talking with Richard Michaelis about basements and foundations. Richard, what are some of the signs that a homeowner should watch out for to spot potential foundation or basement problems?
If you see cracks or bowing in your basement walls, uneven floors, or cracked bricks, these could indicate foundation issues. And keep in mind, if it's a significant foundation problem, it will only worsen over time. If you notice water in your basement, visible mold, damp walls, or musty odors, it could be a sign of a foundation issue or a waterproofing problem.
How can homeowners know for sure if there's a real problem?
By calling Michaelis for a free inspection. We're a local family-owned and operated company with 39-plus years of experience. If repairs are needed, we offer a lifetime warranty and 0% down on foundation and basement repairs. You see our work before we see your money.
Foundations, basements, and crawl spaces. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Call or text 844-FIXED-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
The traffic at 3:35. What's going on, Matt Bear?
Downtown Harrison, eastbound 70 stop and go traffic from Belmont to Meridian, Illinois. Inbound 65 stop and go from 29th to Meridian Penn. North side, eastbound 465 stop and go traffic Westfield Boulevard over to I-69. Traffic sponsored by Pierce Jewelers in Carmel. She's too special for just an average gift. See Pierce Jewelers for the breathtaking sparkle in their rare, one-of-a-kind, fancy-colored diamond collection. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Tonight, cloudy with lows in the mid-20s. Wednesday, active with highs back in the 40s. Gusts of 30 to 40 miles per hour at times. Spotty wintry mix possible early. Rain, snow by Wednesday night with some slick travel possible and intense snow bursts. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna from 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is here. Hammer, look at this crap-eating grin on this big IU fan's face sitting right next to me here live in studio.
Listen, he called his shot earlier in the year
did.
when everybody else was still laughing at the Hoosier football program. Jeff Boggs came in here, sat down, spoke into that exact microphone and said the Hoosiers were going to win the national championship.
I did, and you guys know I don't like to talk about it publicly a whole lot, but thank you for bringing it up. I did make the call. There were some people online who actually pointed out, they said I also guaranteed an undefeated season. I don't know if that was AI that was used to say that. What I do remember, and who knows, I'm sure the records have been scrubbed, I do remember guaranteeing 13 weeks ago that the Indiana Hoosiers would win the national championship. Tonight we get to find out where they're ranked, but they definitely made the playoffs. So what is that, a 1-in-12 shot?
Right. That's it. That's all you're asking for is a puncher's chance.
It's unbelievable. And can you believe we're at the point where I don't even care about Indiana basketball. That's how bad we are.
Neither do the players. That's odd. That's weird that that's happening.
I heard Brian Evans say, what was it, a privileged country club. And boy, did he sum that up well. I don't know what happened with the program, but we're a football school, so who cares?
I was going to say, yeah, all of a sudden IU flip-flop within a year to being a basketball school to a football school, which is really funny.
Were you interested to see the Thanksgiving against Purdue? Students aren't on campus. So I wondered, I was like, okay, is it going to be full or is it going to be 38,000 people? It was packed and it was snowing, and that was really impressive. Leads me to think Signetti built something that's going to keep going.
Now, if they can continue to grow on that, add a few seats to that joint. Because I believe IU's got like the lowest attendance in terms of stadium capacity, or one of them in the Big Ten. Northwestern, I think, is at the bottom, but it only holds like, what, 56,000?
56. Yeah, we need to add the Mellencamp extension.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, real quick, before we move on, I wanted to ask you, we were talking about this off the air. You worked for Letterman. You got your start in show business, writing for the Letterman show for a number of years before you moved out to L.A. and writing out there and doing shows. But Letterman was in town, I think, earlier this morning with Caitlin Clark at the at Long's Bakery doing some sort of documentary or maybe something for his Netflix show. Would he recognize you or maybe know you, like recall your time at the show? You know what I mean? Like if you ran into him, hey, I wrote for you once. 100%. I was in the I was in the baseball bit with you. He would?
Oh, 100%. I was in a lot of bits. I was in a bit where I was in the audience with my shirt off and a big red D painted on my chest. I was a security guard for the Wonder Bra. And if you watch that segment, it's great because Dave is like pushing me. He's like trying to screw me up while Tyra Banks is talking about the wonder or announcer. And Dave's like pushing me, going, "You look like a fool. You look like a fool." So yes, we were both from Indiana. He would definitely
awesome.
He would definitely recognize me.
Just curious.
So if you're listening, Dave, call in. That'll be a great second segment.
I'm sure that Dave probably has a few disagreements with the politics of this show, but man, we can have an open conversation with anybody. Hell, if Joe Hogsett wants to stumble in here, we got a fully stocked bar in the back. We'd love to chat with Joe. It's an open invite. How was the big Thanksgiving extravaganza?
It was good, although I got to tell you, I ran into producer Allison outside by the elevators, and I said, "How was your Thanksgiving?" And she goes, "I went to Machu Picchu." So I had a nice Thanksgiving, I guess. Not as cool as that.
I went to Walgreens.
That's excellent. There's nothing wrong with that. I hung out my parents, my girlfriend Molly, my little dog Ray. We all went over to their house in the retirement community. We ate so much that it was ridiculous. I couldn't feel my hands by about 2. And then something kind of weird happened. It was a little odd. So we're sitting there and we're watching football. I'm laying on my side. Like, I don't know where I start and my sweatpants end at that point. And I'm laying on my side and my eyes are closing. And all of a sudden either my mom or Molly shakes me and goes, "Hey, come on, we're going to go throw the carcass in the pond."
What? I'm sorry, what?
They go, "We're going to go throw the carcass in the pond." And I'm like, "What is that, a metaphor? What are we? I've never heard of this before." Apparently, while I was dozing off, my father suggested, "Why don't you throw the turkey carcass into the pond?" And so at first I thought, well, that's a terrible idea. But then I saw how excited my mom and Molly were about it. And Ray is like jumping at the carcass, my little dog. And so we went out to the pond, and it, I think, is a new family tradition at this point, because Molly launched it into the pond. My mom laughed really hard, and I was like, this is beautiful.
Had this ever been done before?
No, and the fact that my dad suggested it just shows in his old age he's loosening up a little bit.
Very nice.
Wake up the kids. It's carcass in the pond time.
Right.
Do you seem to have those genetics, though, where you can eat as much as you want? You're a skinny guy. I mean, is that the way? I mean, do you watch what you eat? Do you exercise? Because you got that build like you're skinny, but you're talking about eating all this stuff. You kind of have the genetics, though, right?
I do eat a lot.
It's good genes.
Yeah, on the way here, I had the new McDonald's $10 deal. I mean, it's a $5 deal, but I got 2 of them. And I don't know. I don't know what happened. I mean, I'm active. I'm nervous, so I shake a lot. But I put down so much food.
Good for you.
At Thanksgiving that even my mom was like, that impressed me. Like she was blown away. And the most important thing, any Thanksgiving I go to, I always travel with my own tub of Cool Whip.
Yes, right.
That's just in case they got the Ready Whip out of the can. Now
it's always,
I need a Cool Whip out of the tub.
It's
right?
awkward if somebody's having pumpkin pie and if you could see the pie, you did it wrong.
Right. What is your Cool Whip to pie ratio? Like, it's got to be like 3-1, right?
I would quarter tub per slice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jeff Boggs with us. Find him on social media at Not Kenny Rogers. Where are we at with the pardon for Hunter Biden? Feels like this is something everybody kind of saw coming, but I think the thing that ticks people off, Jeff, is that we got lectured for so long. We got a finger wagging from Karine Jean-Pierre and all these people saying, Joe Biden is not Donald Trump. He is going to abide by the law. He's a man of law and order. He got a blanket pardon for his crackhead kid that goes back to 2014 when he jumped on this Burisma board.
Yeah, they're so full of crap. I mean, these are the same people that they're now saying, how dare you? It's his son. Have compassion. These are the same people who were perfectly fine with our grandparents spending their last Thanksgiving alone because of COVID. You know, so I have no compassion for what's going on. But I will say, if Biden wants to do something absolutely hilarious, his last day in office, just say, oh, and I'm also pardoning Obama, and just leave. and just have Barack and Michelle go, what?
No rhyme, no reason.
They're kind of just looking around with their hands up.
Yes. Hey, you know what? While you're talking about the pardoning, I worked on something this morning, and I don't know if we have a couple seconds, but I would like to make an offering to the Hammer and Nigel record company, if that's okay.
Oh, wow.
Please. Okay. Heck yeah.
And I know you're not supposed to try this live, but I would like to try it live. Allison, can you cue up Lynn Anderson for me? Okay, this is very exciting. Here we go. Ready? After Hunter's pardon, they found more cocaine in the rose garden. That's it. That's all I have right now. That's all I have right now. But I really have worked on that the last 24 hours. So.
Bravo.
Okay.
It's part of the new Christmas album from Hammer and Nigel Records.
That's
incredible.
Right. That's an old country song, and people probably don't know it. 1970 that I promised you a rose garden. I want you to be able to use it, and we'll talk about payments after.
Okay. Stick around for one more segment.
Yes, sir.
Jeff Boggs with us. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
$182,000. It's a big number, and according to CBS News, the average American loses out on an average of $182,000 in Social Security income. You could learn how you could avoid this with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy in Indy.
And again, this is free. This free analysis could help you get the most income from Social Security. We're talking about your spouse benefits, taxes, IRA, 401k withdrawals, Medicare premiums. If you've saved more than $200,000, but you have not yet filed for Social Security, schedule that free analysis right now. It's free. Call Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. Don't lose $182,000 in Social Security income that's rightfully yours. It's your money. Call Bill Demery today. He'll help you keep it. 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, your retirement guy.
Indiana Pathways for Aging helps Hoosier Medicaid members age 60 and over get support at no additional cost to live life their way.
Mom's Parkinson's is progressing, and Pathways provides in-home support so she can be with family every day.
Pathways coordinates Medicaid and Medicare services. I'm getting help with meals, personal care, and transportation.
One day, I might choose a nursing home, but today, I have options with Pathways.
To learn more, eligible members call 87 Pathway 4 or visit in.gov/pathways.
Butler Ballet presents their holiday tradition of Tchaikovsky's The Nutcracker, accompanied by the Butler Ballet Orchestra and Indianapolis Children's Choir. Join Butler Ballet and revel in the magic and spectacle of live ballet. Spectacular dancing, beautiful costumes, glorious scenery, and pyrotechnical flash. Catch this holiday classic December 5th through 8th at Historic Clues Memorial Hall. Tickets and more information at butlerartcenter.org.
The holiday season should remind us that faith and family are the most important things in life. I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. We hope that you succeed in coming together this holiday season with those you love and in the process create wonderful generational memories. Holidays have this magical power to magnify small things into ever greater memories over time. Happy holidays.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Indianapolis area attorneys. 101 West Ohio Street, Suite 1250, Indianapolis, Indiana 46204.
Breathe in the wonder and joy of Christmas, where the extraordinary often shines through the ordinary moments, through kindness, care, and compassion. At Franciscan Health, we provide care rooted in faith, love, and dignity, and believe life is a gift and every moment is extraordinary. So take a breath and give thanks as we celebrate the birth of our Savior, Jesus Christ. Merry Christmas. Franciscan Health. Love your extraordinary life.
Steel holiday savings are here. Make room under the tree for gifts at the top of their wish list. Right now, power up the holidays with great deals on long-lasting tools. Find the perfect gift at your local Steel dealer or shop the Steel Holiday Gift Guide at steelusa.com.
So this new dose is, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
V's offering our Black Friday extended sale. 52% off, 10% manufacturer rebates, and 18 months, no interest, no payments.
Want to find out what real retirement planning is all about? Tune in to Expedition Retirement with Greg Ayler, Sunday mornings at 7 on WIBC.
She's too special for just an average gift. See Pierce Jewelers for the breathtaking sparkle in their rare, one-of-a-kind, fancy colored diamond collection. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
It's the Degenerates Next Door, a sports betting podcast for dudes.
Real dudes, not the fake Kardashian-looking like dudes you see on television doing this. The Degenerates Next Door. Download and subscribe today anywhere you get your podcast. Matt Bear's got a look at the road.
East side crash, East 21st west of Shadeland Avenue. That's at Elizabeth Street. Also north side, eastbound 465 stop and go traffic. Westfield Boulevard over to Benford Boulevard. South side, eastbound 465 stop and go 72 the White River. Inbound 65 slow from 29th to Meridian Penn. And we have a stall. Eastbound 70 causing stop and go traffic from West Street to Meridian, Illinois. Traffic sponsored by Pierce Jewelers and Carmel. Express the Heart heartwarming message that says love is about being together. Let a Pierce Jewelers diamond engagement ring be that symbol that says I love you. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
It's 27 right now at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Jeff Boggs, not Kenny Rogers on social media, longtime writer for some of your favorite television shows, and a Hoosier joining us in studio. You much of a drinker, Jeff?
Not as much anymore. I spent 5 years in Nashville, so that was like second college. I had to slow down a bit after that. But I did have 2 glasses of wine at Thanksgiving, and I was loopy.
Oh, okay. We have a segment on this program from time to time where we give people a reason to drink, reason to celebrate. Today is the 76th birthday of Ozzy Osbourne. Did you ever meet Ozzy in your time of writing and television?
I have. I have met Ozzy a couple times. And by the way, is he the oldest 76-year-old ever?
That body took. I mean,
he's done some living.
Yeah,
Wilford Brimley, maybe. But Ozzy. When I saw it today, I'm like, oh, what, 83? No, 76. So I met Ozzy a few times. We did a couple shows together. I'll give you a quick story. I was over at their compound in Beverly Hills, and we were preparing a show for Jack and Ozzy. Jack and Ozzy's World Tour, I think, is the name of the show. It's been on for a couple seasons. So Jack and I were having cornbread in their kitchen. And his daughter's running around, and we're enjoying some cornbread. Out of nowhere, Ozzy walks through the kitchen soaking wet in a Speedo. And it was like he must have come from the pool, and he walks through, and I'm like, oh, hi, Ozzy. And he did the,
And did he even know you were going to be in his house? Did he know who you were?
I don't think he has no clue what's going on in his house. Everyone's just scared to death of Sharon. Like, where's Sharon? So he walked past, and I was talking to Jack about it. I'm like, oh, your dad walks through soaking wet. He's like, yeah, he always gets out of the pool, goes to the bathroom. And I'm like, oh, I need to use the bathroom later. And he goes, you're going to want to use our bathroom because we have a $13,000 toilet. Are you familiar with the $13,000 Toto toilet, Japanese model?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I mean, I know what it is. A smart toilet. Yeah.
Is that like the bidet and everything on it?
It has everything. It features ultra high efficient tornado flush siphon jet flushing system, dual nozzle bowl, extraordinary glaze minimizes waste from sticking to the ceramic surfaces. I went in after Ozzy. Ozzy, and it was life-changing. The seat was warmed.
Yeah, seat warmer.
It adjusted to your ergonomics.
See, if I wanted a warm seat around here, I'd just go into that unisex bathroom across the hall because there's always a warm seat there and a few pubes on it.
I learned. It was like week 5 here where I finally was like, I can't go in that bathroom anymore because I don't know what happened. But Ozzy's bathroom was phenomenal. They have a great toilet, which leads me to great celebrity toilets. No, I'm kidding.
I love you. Listen to the show. That's awesome. All right, so in honor of Ozzy's 76th birthday, we're going to play a little game with Allison here.
Ooh.
All right, I've got a 5-song montage of Ozzy Osbourne, including Black Sabbath hits. How many do you think producer Allison has heard of? 5-song montage. I've got the over-under set at 3.5. Where are we at here?
Ooh.
I'm going under.
Yeah,
Definitely under for Ozzy.
Okay. 5 songs of Ozzy, could be solo, could be Black Sabbath, and Allison, just based on the honor system, you have to tell me if you've at least heard of it, okay?
Sure.
Here we go.
Yes. That one.
Little Crazy Train to start off with. Okay, the easy one.
That's a layup.
I don't think so.
Here comes the under.
Generals gathered in their masses.
Yes.
War Pigs.
Just like
Did you say yes?
witches at black masses.
We got 2.
I don't know. Yes.
3 was the number.
We lose.
The over-under was 3.5. So if you bet the under, you still cash.
Oh, wait.
Wait, was that 4 or 5 songs?
That was 5. Wasn't it?
I thought it was 4.
That was 4.
Was it?
There's 1 left.
I don't have 1 left, so.
How about this? How about ready, Allison?
Yeah.
If I close my eyes forever, things will always be the same.
Why does Lita Ford sound like she wants to give me a breakfast cereal? They're magically delicious.
Oh. How old is he? 76?
76.
Yeah, that's a hard 76. He's done, like you said, done some living.
Who's lived a harder 76 years of life on this planet? Keith Richards or Ozzy Osbourne? Around the horn. Big Nige.
Ozzy, for sure. I mean, Keith Richards still has his wits about him.
Yeah, I go Ozzy.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Where can people find you on social media?
Not Kenny Rogers on Twitter. I've been kicked off of everywhere else, so that's it.
You're the best. Thanks, you.
Buddy.
Thanks, guys.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah, American Standard Heating and Air. They're built to a higher standard. That's the kind of quality you want this winter season, man. You do not want to be stuck with a furnace on the fritz. Here's Hammer to tell you about one of those awesome independent local American Standard dealers in Central Indy.
How about Absolute Comfort? Absolute Comfort. Be sure to ask for our friend Chris Wedican. Chris is an expert in saving you money on utilities. Absolute Comfort can help you with your American Standard heat pump options that help you cool in the spring, heat in the winter, and save you money. They save energy, they save you money. Absolute Comfort's experts can also make sure that your home is zoned properly, thus ensuring your comfort, once again, and saving you money. Contact Absolute Comfort right now. AbsoluteComfort.org. That's AbsoluteComfort.org. Absolute Comfort is your independent American Standard heating and air dealer. American Standard, built to a higher standard.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-444-9336. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-444-9336. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-444-9336. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-444-9336. 800-444-9336.
Discover cancer care that empowers you at Community Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center, with leading-edge treatment options right in your backyard.
I feel blessed and lucky. If I knew someone that was going through what I was going through, I would definitely encourage them to participate in a clinical trial. For me, it was life-changing.
Learn more at ecommunity.com/cancer.
Hi, this is Denny Smith for LD Smith Plumbing, and many times the holidays are when sewer stoppages must be dealt with, and the best of the best for that job is LD Smith Plumbing. They have the perfect equipment and the right people to clean your drains, or help you replace them if they're uncleanable because they're broken down. Best of all, they'll fix your sewer drains with modern piping that will last for decades to come. They clean up the dirty and stinky jobs with plumbing solutions that work. Find them online at ldsmithplumbing.com. That's ldsmithplumbing.com.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
Coming up in 2 minutes, there are chances for some more snow before the week is over, and the problems that yesterday's snow created for people driving around Indianapolis. Those stories and more coming up after Fox News Radio from the Technology Recycler Studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 4 o'clock.
A request from the jury. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. Only about 75 minutes into deliberations over the death of Jordan Neely after a chokehold on a New York subway, jurors wanted to rehear the judge's instructions on justification defenses and the definitions of crimes charged. Witnesses say Neely was acting erratically and yelling when he boarded the train last year. Marine veteran Daniel Penny told police he held Neely in a choke to make sure he wouldn't hurt anyone.
Prosecutors finished giving their closing arguments, telling jurors that even if they think Daniel Penny acted with good intentions can turn bad, and reminding jurors that their only job is to evaluate whether Daniel Penny acted recklessly.
Fox's C.B. Cotton, the defense disputes the chokehold as the sole cause of death, with one expert witness testifying that Neely's drug use and health issues were factors. Martial law just lifted in South Korea, hours after the president imposed it, citing anti-state forces and prompting troops to surround parliament. Protests also erupted, calling for the president to be impeached. The Pentagon says there's been no change in force posture for the more than 28,000 U.S. service members stationed in South Korea. Republican lawmakers hold a strategy meeting on Capitol Hill.
Apparently, President Trump actually called into this meeting earlier this morning, didn't appear to push any specific policy, but Republicans were speaking with House Speaker Mike Johnson to try to figure out how to get his agenda done quickly and as soon as possible. Senator Capito telling us that Republicans want to use the reconciliation process to bypass the filibuster as they target border policy, as they target tax cuts and economic reforms. But she said even all of that has some limits.
Fox's Aisha Hasni at the Capitol, where Trump Attorney General nominee Pam Bondi and Defense Secretary nominee Pete Hegseth are spending a second day meeting with senators. Back-to-back records on Wall Street, but again, not for the Dow. Down 76 at the bell. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A reason to make sure you know what's in your forecast. Cloudy with temperatures in the mid-20s on the circle. All clear with your radar. 24 is going to be where your low's likely to settle tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 4:02. Are you ready for some more snow yet? Cody Moore with the National Weather Service says it could start falling tomorrow night.
Wednesday night, we'll have a rain-snow mix, and then temperatures drop like 20 degrees into the teens. So I think Wednesday night into Thursday morning, we'll definitely be dealing with some slick roads again.
Slick roads were a problem yesterday afternoon.
Since 3 p.m. yesterday until 6 a.m. this morning, we had 168 crashes just in Indianapolis that ISP responded to.
State Police Sergeant John Perrine says many people were driving too fast in those collisions. IMPD officers believe it was a murder-suicide where two people were found dead inside of a home off West 38th Street, not far from Crown Hill Cemetery Monday. Two deputy constables had showed up at the house to evict both people inside. They knocked on the door and heard two gunshots. Both the victims were found dead in the bedroom. IMPD still looking into the whole thing. Two men from Illinois were arrested after a police chase in northern Indiana. Kurt Darling reports on what state troopers found.
For one, they found a machine gun in the car. State troopers say they spotted the Audi going 110 in a construction zone on I-94 near Valparaiso. After stopping and taking off 3 times during the chase, the driver of the Audi collided with a semi at an exit ramp. Brandon Williams and Moraga Youssef were not badly hurt, but both were arrested when police found the machine gun in the Audi. Add that to the charges of resisting law enforcement. Kirk Darling, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
It's not uncommon this time of year. You hear a story about someone who had their package stolen off their front porch by someone else. IMPD officer Tommy Thompson says there are some security options you can try out.
Also utilize some type of surveillance camera at your Ring doorbell or something at your house so that notifies you when someone's at the house and that a package has been delivered.
He tells Wish TV they also make special lock boxes that you can install on your porch that only you and package handlers will have access to. It's supposed to keep those thieves at bay. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:04.
Hey, it's Rob. If you want to grow your hair back, check out the precision and accuracy of the Artist Robotic FUE at We Grow Hair Indy. You'll be amazed at the permanent natural results you can get and get back to work ASAP. Darren Andrews, Clinic Director of We Grow Hair Indy, is here to tell us more.
The Artist Robotic FUE hair transplant at We Grow Hair Indy, one of the most sophisticated hair transplant procedures available. The accuracy and the precision of the Artist Robotic FUE is what clients love the most. Get the results you want with our Artist FUE or multi-unit hair grafting procedure.
Don't wait. Call today and find out more about the Artist Robotic FUE at WeGrowHairIndy.com. Call 317-522-2995 for your hair evaluation. 317-522-2995 or go to WeGrowHairIndy.com and grow your hair back today.
With traffic of the fives at 4:05, what's going on, Matt Bear?
Harrison looking at inbound 65, 6-minute delay to go from 29th Street to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70, stop and go traffic Harding into the south split. Crash on the east side, 21st Street west of Shadeland Avenue. Crash Michigan Road at 42nd Street. Traffic sponsored by Mattress Firm. It's Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale. Get matched with your perfect bed and save up to $700 on a wide selection of quality mattresses. See store for details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Tonight, cloudy with lows in the mid-20s. Wednesday, active with highs back in the 40s. Gusts of 30 to 40 miles per hour times. Spotty wintry mix possible early. Rain, snow by Wednesday night with some slick travel possible and intense snow bursts. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna from 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox, on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it.
You know, Hammer, seeing the way the presidential election played out, seeing how Democrats begrudgingly voted for Kamala, and not a whole hell of a lot of them did. The independents were frustrated with Kamala and her association with the Cheneys there at the end. Like, what was Liz Cheney doing on the campaign trail with I mean, that's just one aspect. So disillusioned with Kamala Harris. She was never voted in as on the Democrat ticket. They just kind of installed her. And now a lot of non-Republican people as well, fed up with kind of just a woke, expensive Democrat policies that have swept the nation especially in terms of illegal immigration over the past 4 years.
Look at what's happening in some of these big cities, right? Let's take Chicago and New York for an example here. Listen to this. Some Chicago residents showed up to this city council meeting that the mayor was at. And listen, hat tip to them. They knew the mayor was going to be there, and they showed up and ripped him right to his face.
I think they want to raise citizens' tax dollars in Chicago while at the same time facilitating all the illegal immigration. That the governor, Pritzker is his name, but I believe you have another name for...
Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, who ran on lowering taxes, lowering property taxes. Yeah. Now he's asking for $300 million. But he'll be willing to accept $150 million. So, listen, the people we're going to play, we got some amazing audio here. Keep in mind, the people that showed up to these meetings, they're not some middle-aged white dude wearing a MAGA hat, right? These are folks from the inner city of Chicago. I don't know if they vote. I have a hard time believing they're hardcore conservatives if they do, but they are tired of this nonsense. Take a listen.
Trump, Tom Homan, make an example out this right here first. Please come here first, because you know what? We're going to help you. You all sit up there and said you will not allow Trump to come in here and get these illegals. Yeah, you can smile. We're in $1 billion deficit, and you spent half of our money, half of that on illegals. You campaign and double down that you would not raise property taxes. I ain't gonna do that. You campaign went around doing that. And here we are right now. You wanted to raise our taxes $300 million. They shut it down. Now we back here for $150 million.
Wow.
That's strong, man.
And she knows her stuff. I mean, it's not just the mayor. I mentioned the governor of Illinois. By the way, what's your nickname for him?
Fat Pig. Governor Pritzker is a fat pig.
Has previously said that he's not going to let Trump and Homan, the new ICE guy, come in here and deport illegals like the plan is when Trump takes office.
And now the mayor of Chicago is saying, listen, we're not going to let Trump in here, but I'm going to need to raise taxes so we can afford to keep all the illegals in here. Here's another local Chicago resident. Again, not somebody's grandpa, not somebody that normally wears a MAGA hat, just unloading on the mayor.
Now let's get down to you harvesting aliens. And you so strong about protecting those aliens, but you won't do nothing for the U.S. citizens. We are the ones who pay your salaries. Salaries. Let me accentuate on that. But yet, you want to overlook us like we don't exist. Well, you're not going to exist for the next election.
Oh, see those words right there should really speak to those people on the city county council. The election, you got to, because they've been voting the same way. The people in the inner city, the people in Chicago, the people in certain sides of town have been voting the same way forever, and putting these people back in positions of power. And what have they done for the community? Nothing.
And listen, Indianapolis, take note of what they're doing in Chicago. You don't have to put up with this crap. Listen, I get it. It's a Democrat city. It's a Democrat majority, just like Indianapolis is. But if you've got an incompetent mayor, demand more from him. If you have an incompetent prosecutor like we have, demand more. Don't just take it. Don't just bend over and take it. Vote these clowns out of office. Even if you're not a Republican, it's okay. Just like these women in Chicago. They're not Republicans. It's okay to call out somebody from your own political side.
We do it all the time on this show.
Right.
Republicans.
Like, that's the knock on, like, IBC, right? People who don't listen, well, you guys just carry the Republicans' water. Would Governor Holcomb say that? Would Todd Young say that? Would some of these movers and shakers, these butt sniffers at the Indiana General Assembly say that? No. It's okay to call out incompetence. Fight back. Vote these losers out of office. Now, for the sake of transparency, here to offer a counterpoint of how he's doing with the city of Indianapolis, specifically the crime, here is AI Joe Hogsett.
Well, you dummies voted for this. You keep voting for Ryan Mears and I, and then wonder why thugs feel welcome in Indianapolis. What the hell did you expect? If I can make Indy look more like Seattle or Portland,
seems a little
I'll
slow.
do it. Maybe then I can finally get another job at a super liberal organization, the same ones that told me no before, which forced me to be the mayor again. Because literally nobody would hire me.
This is true.
I'm stuck here doing crap like this to impress my radical left overlords. Look, I'll be honest. This whole thing is just a ploy to make it look like I am actually doing something other than drinking paint thinner at 4 p.m.
Allegedly.
Now, if you will excuse me, it's time for another sing-along.
Oh. Wait for it.
Tequila.
That's AI Joe Hogsett weighing in. Wow. This story from South Korea, have you guys been following this?
I think it just hit this morning, where the president wants to declare martial law because of a bunch of the opposition party and wreaking havoc with their parliament and the elections and stuff.
Hell's breaking loose in South Korea. So I guess in the overnight hours, their president declared martial law. And again, he accused the opposition party of sympathizing with North Korea. So then Parliament had to step in, and they unanimously voted to block the martial law decree. And now you got people fighting in the streets. The military's involved. You've got citizens calling for the arrest of the president. opposition party leaders are being arrested, citizens being abused, and all of the press is being left out. Like, the press is under martial law. So this is not good, man. And of course, CNN sees this story and they have a panel discussion and they talk about how this is just like what Donald Trump wants to do.
Obviously, we around the table should talk about why this should be an important thing for Americans to pay attention to. Well, that's what I want to, particularly given that Donald Trump is about to be president in a number of weeks, somebody who has said he wants to use the military to go after his own enemies.
Oh,
We'll pick up on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think MJ's points are very, she's right on point here. Soldiers entering the National Assembly. I mean, you talked about, shockingly, the parallels to January 6th, just the image of a democracy facing this kind of crisis. I think this is something that people are scared about, or that sort of Democrats are scared about when they think about Trump's return.
No. He wants to use the National Guard to help with the illegal immigration problem.
Right. And I'm old enough to remember when COVID was happening, they wanted to lock people up for not wearing masks. And the worst part about that CNN clip, not surprisingly, is Dana Bash. She was the host moderating this panel. She just sits there with that goofy, bleep-eating grin on her face. Yeah, it's totally like Donald Trump. It's totally like January 6th. There's a reason why MSNBC and CNN's ratings are somewhere beneath the seat of that unisex bathroom across the hall. Matt Bear's got to look at the roads.
All right, guys, looking at eastbound 72, the south split stop and go traffic from Belmont. Inbound 65, slow. MLK to Meridian Penn for an 8-minute delay. Southwest side, eastbound 465, stop and go traffic from I-72, the White River. Crash Michigan Road at 42nd. Crash east side, 21st Street, west of Shadeland Avenue. And on the north side, eastbound 465, full house from Westfield Boulevard to the White River. Traffic sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. What makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination? Because they offer free battery testing and charging and reliable replacement batteries, and they've always got your battery solution. Get in the zone, AutoZone. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Right now, cold. Continued cold until spring at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. We got a couple tickets to give away. How about this? Let's do caller number 9 and 10, because we forgot to do this yesterday. A couple tickets to go see friend of the show, Jeff Foxworthy.
All right.
Friday, February 21st at the new Fishers Event Center. They're going big up at that Fishers Event Center. Tickets go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. Win your tickets before you can buy them. Jeff Foxworthy up in Fishers, February 21st. Caller number 9 and 10, 239-9393. Is This Anything is next.
Planning to propose this holiday? Shane Company is ready to help you find your dream engagement ring. We handpick the most beautiful diamonds and colorful gemstones in all shapes and sizes. So when you walk in the door, you can trust your rock is in stock. At Shane Company, we've always sourced directly, cut out the middleman, and pass the savings on to you. We work with your budget, not against it. We'll also protect your ring for life with our free unmatched lifetime warranty. Come see us at shaneco.com and in-store. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
According to CBS News, the average American loses out on an average of $182,000 in Social Security income, and it's because they file for their benefits at the wrong time. Learn how you can avoid this with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy in Indy. We trust Bill to help us with planning for our retirement, and you can too.
This free analysis could help you get the most income from Social Security while considering the impacts on your spousal benefits, taxes, IRA and 401k withdrawals, and Medicare premiums. If you've saved more than $200,000 and have not yet filed for Social Security, schedule that free analysis right now by calling Bill Demery. 317-648-5120. Don't lose $182,000 in Social Security income. That money's rightfully yours. Call Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120.
Hey, holiday shoppers, got a no-brainer gift idea for you. It always fits. It's super useful, and best of all, it's just $50, plus you get 2 for the price of 1. I'm talking about a classic membership with AAA Hoosier Motor Club. AAA has bailed me out so many times. I've been broken down on the side of the road. I've been I've had my car battery die on me, flat tires. AAA is there getting me back on the road ASAP right now. You can get 2 memberships for the price of 1.
And that comes with roadside assistance, 24/7, 365. Get that peace of mind knowing your loved ones are safe out on the road. Plus, travel discounts, complimentary travel planning, and you can also get info on auto, home, life insurance. All you got to do is visit AAA.com/radio to get this deal. AAA.com/radio, or stop by a local AAA office. 2 memberships for just $50. Give that gift right now.
Hello, this is Don Steffi, Executive Director for the Indianapolis Ballet. 'Tis the season, is it not? Or is it nut? The Nutcracker, a family tradition brought to life by your Indianapolis Ballet. December 19 through the 22nd at the Murat Theater Old National Center. Don't miss this delightful classic for the whole family to enjoy. Brilliant and festive dancing, colorful sets and costumes, Tchaikovsky's beautiful music, and a whole lot more. Indianapolis Ballet's The Nutcracker. Tickets at indieballet.org.
So this new dose is, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Man, I love my garage floor. My Galaxy Concrete garage floor coating is out of this world. Galaxy Concrete. Like I heard Casey Daniels talking about her concrete garage floor, the coating that they put in. It looks fantastic. I saw the pictures. I'm like, they need to work miracles with my garage floor. It was old and cracked and dirty and dusty, and the guys from Galaxy Concrete came in within a day, turned it into something beautiful and brand new, 4 times as strong. The color's not going to fade. So easy to clean, and they don't use epoxy. All my neighbors were like, hey, that's epoxy, right? No. They don't use epoxy anymore. It's better. They use polyurea. It's the new premium standard for coatings, and they did such an awesome job on my garage floor. I'm having Galaxy back out to do the concrete floor in my basement in the furnace room. Check out their website to see pictures. You can get a quote, galaxyconcretecoatings.com, or call their office, 751-9070.
Advent will get you breathing freely again with simple in-office solutions like turbinate reduction along with balloon sinuplasty that really can change your life.
Express the heartwarming message that says love is about being together. Let a Pierce Jewelers diamond engagement ring be the symbol that says, I love you. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
This hour powered by bwindow.com, where their annual 52% off Black Friday has been extended.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Big Nige. Is this anything? An Oklahoma one was arrested for DUI after being caught driving drunk all over an airport and even drunk on the runway.
What?
Here are some of the officer's body cam footage where he was arresting Bonnie for being so hammered she ended up on the runway.
When you were drinking, were you just drinking at the hangar? Or were you, okay.
But I wasn't driving.
Okay, but you were just parked and drinking?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember the gentleman that stopped you while you were on the road here?
No, I don't even know that guy.
Well, I know. They don't really know you either, other than they saw you driving. And the fact, too, I think...
didn't do it.
I got you. The control tower called us saying you were blocking the runway and driving around on the runway.
Man, I'm no alcoholism expert. I've never been to AA. Maybe I should think about going sometime in my life. I know people that have been, but I would say that if you ever find yourself so hammered that you are randomly driving on an airport runway, you might have a problem. She was like, I don't know this guy. Well, he doesn't know you either, but you were all over the airport. She was just sitting in her car drinking at the hangar and decided to go for a little stroll. Thank God she didn't hit a pilot or a plane or injure herself or anybody else.
Please tell me she had Highway to the Danger Zone blaring on the radio as she's driving around the runway. Like, I hope that was the case. Because I got to admit, I've told this on the air. One of the last flights I got on, I had the headphones on. I'm watching a movie on my phone, right? We're getting ready to take off. I should be listening to the cabin instructions, but I was watching Top Gun. Yeah. And I timed it just so when the plane went wheels up,
Genius.
Highway to the Danger Zone kicks on. I was ready to go fight some MiGs. I was ready. Let's go.
I mean, I love the body cam footage, though. You got to see the body cam footage. It's hilarious. She's very docile, very cooperative. She just didn't seem to understand why she was being arrested. Yeah, you're drunk driving your car on the runway at an airport.
So you like the body
I
cam?
love it.
Okay. This brings us to great moments in officer body cam DUI arrest history. Okay?
Oh, no.
This is when country music singer Randy Travis had way too much to drink.
No.
He crashed into like a convenience store. And oh, by the way, he was naked and started getting mouthy to the police officers, telling them, I hope you get a cancerous growth all in your bones.
Mr. Travis, you hit pretty hard over there.
I'm as fine as a damn dandy.
I pray to God that he will have a cancerous growth that affects his bones and every part of his body.
Now, mind you, he's naked. Wow. 100% naked. Not like in underpants, no socks, naked. Now, this is the second part of the body cam. This is where the officers are talking to each other. One officer has already seen the condition Randy Travis is in. He's trying to prepare the other officer for what he's about to walk into.
I want to prepare you for something. The naked man sitting on the back of the fire truck. Randy Travis. Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Great moments in officer body cam DUI arrest history.
I want to prepare you for something. I mean, it's like the officer was about to tell the other guy, hey, there's like a quadruple homicide in this house. I want to just prepare you. No, it's a naked country music superstar sitting on the end of the truck. That's what you need to prepare yourself for. Just gather your thoughts, gather your emotions, because Randy Travis is drunk naked sitting on the edge of the truck there.
I know you've seen a lot of stuff in your career in law enforcement, but you ain't seen what you're about to see here in just a minute. I'm sorry, can I hear it just one more time,
it's
Allison?
Incredible.
Randy Travis, the officers preparing.
You for something. The naked man sitting on the back of the fire truck. Randy Travis. Oh, no.
Oh, no. I'm surprised he didn't say, not again.
Oh, again?
Is this anything? A woman is upset and a little embarrassed because a Target's self-checkout lane snitched on her for having too many items.
Really?
Here's part of a Nigel favorite, a TikTok video explaining how it all went down.
All self-checkouts are 10 items or less. If you have more than 10 items, then you have to go to a register. Today, there was a line at all registers, and the self-checkouts were empty. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and self-checkout. I had like about 15 items maybe. I don't know, maybe more. I was scanning things, and I was trying to hurry up before they told me anything. The freaking machine snitched on me. Once I scanned the 11th item, I went... And I was just like I jump. If a register says 10 items or less, it's 10 items or less, or it's going to embarrass you.
Yeah, good. Yeah, that's something. That's great. That should have been like the soup Nazi in Seinfeld. When you got too many of your items, no soup for you. No Target items for you.
Or you should have to pay for the person in line behind you.
Either way,
I'd be on board with that, too.
You get 10 items or less means 10 items or less. I don't need to stand there for somebody scanning off 20 items. Good, God, you got exposed and embarrassed, lady.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Guys, don't wait on this. If you're tired and you get like the lack of motivation and drive, you're gaining weight, you're losing muscle mass, these are all signs. Could be low T, low testosterone. And you don't want to wait to find out. Just make your appointment now at the Low T Center, and they make it really easy to get your levels checked. Simple test. It's their on-site lab. You get your results back right there. And by the way, low T, not your typical doctor's office. Their physicians specialize in treating low T with testosterone replacement therapy, or TRT, for each patient individually.
So I'm sure you guys have probably heard about all these weight loss medications. Well, the Low T Center, they can advise you on that and get you hooked up with prescription GLP-1 weight loss medications. They also can screen you for some cancers, sleep apnea, and of course, testosterone issues. The Low T Center, it really is the place to go for men's health. Book your appointment today. lowtcenter.com. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick. Soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors. Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
Well-changing question. Are you keeping as much of your investment gains as possible? High taxes can erode returns quickly, so you need a tax-optimized portfolio. At Creative Planning, our money managers and specialists work together to make sure your portfolio and wealth are managed in a tax-efficient manner. It's what you keep that really matters. Why not give your wealth a second look? Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Not done with the snow yet. It's cloudy and 25 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. Hardly any concerns in your radar. Shouldn't get much colder tonight either. Lows in the mid-20s, but that's still pretty cold regardless. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 4:32. Tuesday brought a brief break from any precipitation, says Cody Moore with the National Weather Service.
A chance for a little bit of drizzle, which could cause some issues early Wednesday morning, mainly across south central Indiana.
That rain could eventually turn into some snow by Thursday morning. Moore says driving conditions could be on the slippery side if that's the case, and that was the case yesterday. State Police Sergeant John Perrine says there was a bunch of crashes around Indianapolis.
Since 3 p.m. yesterday until 6 a.m. this morning, we had 168 crashes just in Indianapolis that ISP responded to.
Perrine says most of those collisions were from people driving too fast. South Korean parliament voted to reject a martial law declaration by the country's president.
Certainly, it is our hope and expectation that the laws and regulations of a particular country are abided by.
State Department Principal Deputy Spokesperson Vedant Patel. Martial law prohibits political gatherings, rallies, labor strikes, and more. South Korea's president said he had made that declaration because politicians from his opposing party were sympathizing with North Korea. There were protests at first. Things have settled down for now. Senate Democrats elected their leadership team today, with New York Senator Chuck Schumer being re-elected as the party's leader.
I know that this leadership team will help lead our caucus through this time of rebuilding, reflection, and help serve the American people.
His message to Republicans is to get things done in a bipartisan way. And the Big Ten football coach of the year is IU head coach Curt Cignetti. He was asked about it today while on the Big Ten Network and said winning starts with work ethic.
You know, once you start winning and it builds confidence and belief, and then the people start showing up in the stadium, it just kind of snowballs.
Cignetti's the third Indiana head coach to win the Big Ten Coach of the Year award. And it's another mixed day in the market. The Dow was down by 76 points to 44,705. The NASDAQ in the green by 76, closing the day at 19,480. The S&P 500 rose by a couple of points to close at 6,049. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:34.
Exercise Inc. wants you to start changing your life in 20 minutes a week this month. It's Terry Stacy, and Exercise Inc. only makes this offer once a year in December. If you come in for a free consultation consultation in the month of December, you'll get 2 free sessions just for trying it out, and you don't even have to sign up. Exercise Inc. is the 20-minute once-a-week workout program that will help you get stronger, have more energy, and just feel better. This program was developed to help women with osteoporosis, but it will help both men and women get a lot stronger. Their program will teach you simple nutritional habits that will help you lose weight and keep it off. More importantly, you'll have a coach who will hold you accountable in reaching your goals. You don't want to miss this offer. Come in for a free consultation in the month of December, and you'll get 2 free sessions just for trying it out. Exercise Inc., Avon, Brownsburg, Greenwood, Zionsville, and now in Fishers, exerciseinc.com.
With traffic at 435, here's Matt Bear.
Stall cleared on eastbound 70 after rural. Still stop and go traffic from rural back to the north split. And now we have a vehicle fire westbound 70 after Rural Street, Keystone Avenue. Not causing much of a delay right now. Inbound 65, stop and go from MLK to Meridian Penn for an 11-minute delay. Southwest side, southbound 465, stop and go traffic from Sam Jones Expressway to Man Road. On the north side, eastbound 465, stop and go from Westfield Boulevard over to the White River. Traffic sponsored by Pierce Jewelers in Carmel. If you are looking for the hottest new trends in jewelry this year, come to Pierce Jewelers and see their Love to Love collection in lab-grown diamond jewelry. Remember, shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. And here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Tonight, cloudy with lows in the mid-20s. Wednesday, active with highs back in the 40s. Gusts of 30 to 40 miles per hour times. Spotty wintry mix possible early. Rain, snow by Wednesday night with some slick travel possible and intense snow bursts. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna from 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox, on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Good Lord, someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
When you've lost CNN's Jake Tapper, you know something's wrong. Here is Jake Tapper from CNN saying, everybody who carried the water for Joe Biden's pardon, lie. You know, Joe Biden for a year said that he was not going to pardon his son Hunter for not only the gun charges and the tax fraud charges, but he ended up pardoning him for anything that may or may not have occurred since 2014, which just happens to be the year he got on board the Ukraine Burisma Energy, the board. Remember there, where she's
that's right.
Not qualified, doesn't speak Ukraine, doesn't know anything about energy, doesn't speak the language. But
and the big guy may or may not have gotten 10%, and other family members were grifters too.
Selling access, laundering money so you don't pay the taxes, and all the money, you know, the dozens of LLCs that were set up that did nothing. And everybody everywhere, even the media, were saying, oh, boy, Donald Trump, he doesn't obey the law. This is, you know, Joe Biden saying that he's not going to pardon his son. He's staying within the boundaries of the law. Donald Trump would never do that, right?
So Jake Tapper now, all of a sudden, is trying to be Mr. High and Mighty. All right, play the audio, and then we'll talk about this.
President Biden lying about this, of course, makes others in his administration and allies either credulous or complicit.
Okay. So it's real easy for a guy like Jake Tapper now to come out and say, oh, all of you people are complicit. Media, politicians, you're complicit. This is the same Jake Tapper who had every opportunity to say this beforehand and never did. He had every opportunity to come out and say, you know what? I don't think that Joe Biden is going to live up to his word. I have a serious doubt that Joe Biden will keep his word. Never said that at any point. This is like when you watch, a sporting event. Let's talk about the Colts game. Let's say the Colts did not get that 2-point conversion against the Patriots. Jake Tapper would come out the next day. What a bad decision. I can't believe you win for 2. You don't get to do it now, especially this guy who called Donald Trump and his followers Nazis for like 4 to 8 years. A little window there. Like Hunter Biden gets a little window for his pardon. That's how long Jake Tapper has been calling Trump supporters egregious names. So no, I don't accept him like trying to do the victory lap here. I can't believe that people were complicit with Joe Biden. Your whole network has been complicit with Joe Biden, including yourself.
Except for Scott Jennings.
Right. Again, I love Scott Jennings, man. He's the breakout star of this political campaign. Also on CNN, they had a panel discussion talking about Hunter's pardon. And Lee McGowan, she's the head of some political group for women. She's some sort of influencer. She's on the panel. She tries to justify Hunter Biden's pardon by saying that Donald Trump wants to bring in firing squads.
Wasn't it a lie? I mean, you can defend it, but wasn't it a lie that he was not going to pardon him?
No, I believe the circumstances have changed. I think that we now have a president coming into office who's talking about firing squads, who's talking about running people around the country and making sure that everyone who's his enemy is going to be punished. And Hunter Biden lied about his drug use on a government forum when he was buying a gun. And he failed to file and pay taxes when he was a drug addict. He paid back those taxes with interest. Donald Trump himself was indicted for 17 counts of criminal tax fraud, more than Hunter, and he's going to be the president of the United States.
11 years.
So
you're missing a few things here. 11 years, full and unconditional pardon.
Yeah, we could talk about the 11 years, and that's a big part of this, but are we just going to let the firing squad go here?
You should have seen Scott Jennings' face. the eye roll that he did when this lunatic said that. Donald Trump said he's going to be in firing squads. First of all, did Joe Biden just automatically all of a sudden flip a coin or turn on a dime and say, oh, I've changed my mind. I'm now going to pardon Hunter? Didn't he know all this? Didn't Joe Biden know all this in terms of, well, the political prosecution, it's unfair. If his name wasn't Hunter Biden, then he wouldn't have had these charges. He knew all this before, and he still lied. So in other words, he had all the information. He had all the excuses at hand. Well, he could have said, no, I'm thinking about pardoning him, issuing him a pardon. He could have said that leading up, but that would have looked bad for the election.
Right.
It would have looked bad as a law and order guy, as Joe Biden touted himself.
And you're right, and that's a very important point. But let's not forget, this lunatic said it's okay because Trump's going to bring in firing squads. Firing squads. Like, CNN has become so bad, I think the laugh track that we put at the end of their slogan should be permanent.
This is CNN, the most trusted name in news.
The in-studio audience, it's perfect.
It's no wonder their ratings have dropped 27%. MSNBC, even more.
MSNBC is a train wreck right now. And keep in mind, when Biden was president, the election season was underway, CNN was the bottom feeder. MSNBC was doing better than CNN. And now they're both just hemorrhaging. MSNBC's ratings have collapsed. In the key 25 to 54 demo, they dropped to a 20-year low. The latest ratings came out. It's their lowest since July 19th of 2004, according to the Nielsen data that's used to judge ratings. Ratings cut by more than half for Rachel Maddow, Joy Reid, Stop the Hammering Guy, Stephanie Rule, that little wiener Chris Hayes, and the press secretary with the extremely red hair. All of their ratings are cut by half. They're trailing the Golf Channel and the Hallmark Channel.
Well, what do you expect, especially when you have the faces of the franchise there at MSNBC? Some would say it's Rachel Maddow. Some would say it's Morning Joe and Mika on in the mornings, when they spent years telling you that Trump is racist and misogynist and, he's going to Mika goes on The View and starts crying and saying Trump's going to kill women. And all of a sudden, the election happens, and not only he gets a lot of votes, of new votes from minorities and women, but also it wins the popular vote. So their viewers are already disillusioned, right? They're base, they're solid, hardcore base. And then on top of that, you have their morning show, who spent 4 years calling Trump a fascist and Hitler, turning around and then going to Mar-a-Lago, bending the knee, kissing the ring of Donald Trump. And you wonder why your lunatic, bloodthirsty, progressive base has deserted you, and you're down 30, and what is it, MSNBC is down?
They are down to their lowest level since July 19th of 2004, and the main primetime lineup has lost 50% of their audience, and they're looking up at the Hallmark Channel.
So, yeah, I mean, you have that. You have the Washington Post, who decided to not endorse a candidate because they knew Kamala was a disaster, and they'd look horrible if they endorsed her, and they knew she was going to lose. So you have people just fleeing in droves, and this is the people they cater to. This is their hardcore base. Meanwhile, Fox News is up, 40%?
And they've consistently
Before the
been
election?
number one in the books, too.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter who the president is. When you have a good product, people will tune in. Now, I'm not saying I love every program or every host on Fox, but I think The Five is a great show. And much like when Scott Jennings goes on CNN, The Five works because you've got an actual liberal on there giving their perspective. You don't get that at MSNBC. They've gone away from that. When they want to bring in a conservative, here's Mitt Romney just to crap all over the chest of Donald Trump. Here's Liz Cheney to talk about everything Republican related. People are onto that kind of crap now, and it's not entertaining. It's ridiculous. Speaking of ratings, real quick, our station was recently named #1 again.
Oh, man,
second straight book in the ratings. Now, listen, we're coming off an election cycle. We kind of knew that would be the case.
Whatever, we'll take it.
We'll take it. But here's the thing. We've been #1 before. This show specifically, Hammer and Nigel, man, I say for the last 7 years we've been doing this little thing, Nige. Give or take a few months here and there, we've been #1 in afternoon drive. So it's not just the election that is, winning people over. I think we do compelling radio here at this radio station and this show.
Well, we have fun.
Yes.
And sometimes there's a little finger wagging going on, but not much. I think we like to point out the hypocrisy and the ridiculousness of the left, and it's fun.
Yes.
I think we just have fun. I don't think we have to read that much into it. This show is fun.
The way we approach this is if you're coming home from work, maybe you've been yelled at by the boss. Maybe you've been yelled at by a coworker, your old lady. I don't know who it is. The last thing you want is somebody else yelling at you. So we're going to give you the news. We're going to give you our opinion on the news, but we're going to try to make it as fun as possible. So thank you guys so much for supporting what we do here and coming back every damn day. For a couple radio nerds like Nige and I that have been doing this stuff in Indy since we were teenagers, this is just the absolute best audience I have ever been a part of. You guys rock, and hat tip to the people we surround ourselves with. Producer Allison does phenomenal work. She is so good at what she does. Matt Baer, the traffic beast, the absolute best. Harrison Silcox, he had a very tough job. Come in after Stan Lear, like the iconic Stan.
Oh, yeah.
And Harrison is rock solid, man. He is really good. And all of our guests, we only book guests if we think they can bring something to the table. We don't want to just book guests to fill a spot. We always want to make it fun and entertaining. Have somebody that's either a flamethrower or that can make you laugh a little bit. And
I don't want to blow smoke, but I mean, look, management has trusted us and just kind of handed us over the reins. And I think you and I are open and still open and always discuss. I mean, we're open to being coached and guided. And I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the end all be all. I know everything there is to know about radio. I don't need any more input from management. No, I welcome it.
Yes.
So you got to be willing, but you have to have quality management. And that's something we're very lucky to have.
And when the big takeover happened, when Urban One came in and bought it from Jeff Smulyan, everybody thought IBC is going to lose their jobs. Urban One's going to fire everybody.
Not at all.
Guess what? Urban One likes money, and we bring in money, and we bring in revenue, and we bring in ratings, and they've been great. They've been fantastic. They leave us alone, and that's all we can ask for. So for you guys to listen to this show every day, whether it's on the radio, online, on the YouTube chat, if you mix it up with us on social media, you guys are awesome. It means the world to a couple dorks like Nige and I that you come back every single day. So God bless you guys. All right, let's go get drunk. Let's have a beer. Let's have a good rest of the show. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
So my son's about ready to turn the big 13, become a teenager. We went to Diamonds Direct to look around for something special for him, for his birthday coming up. They got lots of amazing gift ideas at Diamonds Direct. Stunning eternity bands, diamond stud earrings. And at Diamonds Direct, they have the perfect gift for the season, starting at around just $300. It's your best destination for holiday jewelry, and the experts can help you pick out that headliner gift.
Guys, let's be honest. You're no prize. The fact that you've got somebody to love you is a miracle, and you need to do whatever it takes to keep them around. And this is where Diamonds Direct comes in. Diamonds Direct, oh my goodness, they are the one-stop shop for all your holiday jewelry needs. Engagement rings, if you're thinking about popping the question, or how about just a beautiful diamond because. Biggest selection, lowest prices, Diamonds Direct, Keystone at the Crossing. Stop by, tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Attention Indiana homeowners. Are you dealing with a wet and moldy crawl space? Hi, I'm Adam Swain with Swain Co. Crawl Space and Basement Repair, your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts dedicated to fixing your crawl space right the first time. And with our new no interest, no payment financing, you can get the repairs you need without breaking the bank. Don't let crawl space water problems dampen your spirits. Call Swain Co., Indy's most trusted waterproofing experts at 317-407-1868 or swaincollc.com.
Your love isn't confined to an advent calendar. It doesn't stop when the Christmas lights come down. With the Salvation Army, your love lasts all year long. It puts a Christmas present under someone's tree today and a roof over someone's head tomorrow. It brightens Christmas morning and the hardest nights for hardworking families. Together, we love beyond Christmas. Give $25 a month to support local families all year long at sacentralindiana.org.
Hey, give your home the gift of Window Nation windows this holiday season, especially if they're cracked and drafty, hard to open. The cold air is getting in, the hot air is seeping out. Industry experts saying energy costs are going to go up again, like up to 23%. Don't wait. Get your new windows from Window Nation. They got a killer deal right now, 50% off all windows and an additional 10% off just for this month.
It's the big end of the year sale. Listen to this. Think about how much money you're going to save here. 50% off all style of windows. You pick the style you want, it's half off. Plus 0% interest for 72 months. Plus an additional 10% off if you say Hammer and Nigel sent you. Call 866-90-NATION. Talk to a representative. They'll walk you through everything. 866-90-NATION or go to windownation.com. You have to tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
From sugar cookie crumbs in the kitchen to pine needles under the tree, count on Steel for Christmas cleanup made easy with the SEA20 battery-powered handheld vacuum. Now just $99.99. Power up the holiday and give a gift from the top of their wish list. Visit your local Steel dealer today or shop online at steelusa.com. Was $159.99 MSRP. Includes battery and charger. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
I've been thinking about my Christmas wish list. Want to know what's at the top of the list? Never worrying about my family using all the hot water. Yes, endless hot water is what I'm hoping for this Christmas. Luckily, my friends at Hope Plumbing are offering an amazing special during the holiday season. $1,000 off a tankless water heater. Yes, you can give the gift of endless hot water and save $1,000 by calling Hope Plumbing today or visit them online at hopeplumbing.com.
V's offering our Black Friday extended sale. 52% off, 10% manufacturer rebates, and 18 months, no interest, no payments.
Hammer and Nigel here, inviting you to join us as we kick off the weekend every Friday around 5:45 with Beer Sample Friday, brought to you by our friends at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
She's too special for just an average gift. See Pierce Jewelers for the breathtaking sparkle in their rare, one-of-a-kind, fancy colored diamond collection. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
Never miss your favorite shows on WIBC. Get your content to go. Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, Hammer and Nigel, Tony Kennett, The Gun Guy, Home and Garden. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Matt Baer, what's going on, buddy?
Crash downtown, northbound 6570 Washington Street. It's blocking The left lane stopping traffic into the South Split. Eastbound 70 stop from Belmont into the South Split for a 17-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by Pierce Jewelers in Carmel. Come see Pierce Jewelers' breathtaking selection of sparkling lab-grown diamonds, refined to perfection and value. It's the new choice in diamonds. Remember, shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
27 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Coming up about 5:33-ish, we'll do a round of caller roulette.
Are the phones working, Allison?
Phones working today?
Shockingly, yes.
Okay.
I think we just jinxed it. It's kind of like when a pitcher has a no-hitter going. Just shut up and let it ride.
My bad.
Everybody ignore it and just let it happen organically, right? But we'll try caller roulette coming up. Real quick, special thank you to a new sponsor of the sports betting podcast that Rob and I do.
Oh, yeah,
The
I heard about
Degenerates
that.
Next Door. It's called Stat Factory. Their website, statfactory.io. They bring you all of the information you need to make a good bet. It's all in one place, and they're just getting started. They're going to be adding some AI stuff. Check them out now, statfactory.io. Thank you. Top stories are next.
Hey, if you're a vodka drinker, but you haven't tried Barkeep vodka yet, you are missing out. It is the cleanest vodka ever. I mean, they're using this new compression filtering process, reduces the burn and the bite, the aftertaste. These guys are local, and it is literally the smoothest vodka we've ever tasted.
Top shelf vodka sold at a low price. And it's made here in Indy, distilled with corn from Indiana farmers. Barkeep vodka. Perfect gift for the holidays. Check it out, barkeepvodka.com, or pick up a bottle at any retailer in Central Indy.
According to CBS News, the average American loses out on an average of $182,000 in Social Security income, and it's because they file for their benefits at the wrong time. Learn how you can avoid this with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy in Indy. We trust Bill to help us with planning for our retirement, and you can too.
This free analysis could help you get the most income from Social Security while considering the impacts on your spousal benefits, taxes, IRA and 401k withdrawals, and Medicare premiums. If you've saved more than $200,000 and have not yet filed for Social Security, schedule that free analysis right now by calling Bill Demery. 317-648-5120. Don't lose $182,000 in Social Security income. That money's rightfully yours. Call Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120.
Your business needs a network it can count on.
Power's out.
Comcast Business has you covered with Wi-Fi backup to help keep your business up and running, even when your power goes out.
Everybody in the warehouse good? Lights are out, but the Wi-Fi's up. Let's power on.
It's from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Break room, you good?
Can't microwave my burrito, but Wi-Fi's fine. Let's power on.
Power on with the leader in connectivity, Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Learn how to get Comcast Business Internet, Security Edge, and Wi-Fi backup for $59 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement when you add Comcast Business Mobile Unlimited. Plus, for a limited time, find out how to get an $800 holiday bonus prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call or go online to ComcastBusiness.com today. Ins 12/15/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 300 megabit per second internet, Security Edge, and Connection Pro. EcoBill and auto pay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
JMV here. This holiday season, you must visit Miss M's Home and Garden for great holiday gifts and decor. Come shop for fresh-cut trees, wreaths, garland, and greenery for outside decorating. If you have plant lovers in the family, Miss M's has a magnificent selection of houseplants that make great gifts. Now through December the 23rd, houseplants are 20% off. Miss M's Home and Garden wants to wish everyone a happy holiday season. Miss M's is located on State Road 135, south of Whiteland Road in Bargersville. Shh.
silence you just heard? You could have used that space to reach your customers. Get your message in front of your customers. Text business to 71007 now. Get results with Radio 1.
You want to listen all day to WIBC, but you don't always have time. Don't worry. There's a podcast for that. The WIBC Mashup. Daily highlights from your favorite hosts, Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, and Hammer and Nigel. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Coming up in 2 minutes, when you can expect to see some more snow this week, and IU's football coach has been named the Big Ten Coach of the Year. It's just another successful season for IU football. That's all coming up after Fox News Radio from the Technology Recycler Studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 5 o'clock.
A motion to dismiss. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. Lawyers for President-elect Trump formally asking a judge to throw out his criminal conviction in a New York hush money case. They call it failed lawfare and argue that continuing the case would lead to unconstitutional disruptions now that he's heading back to the White House. The judge has already delayed sentencing indefinitely, along with a ruling on presidential immunity. Prosecutors in Manhattan have said they'll oppose efforts to dismiss that case, and they have a week to respond. This as the incoming president prepares to head out of the country this weekend.
The president-elect's first foreign trip since the election will be to G7 ally France. He can't conduct foreign policy officially, but he can go to the reopening of the Notre Dame Cathedral. Trump and the Macron team have been ironing out the details for days. The First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden, is going to be there as part of the official U.S. delegation.
Fox's Peter Ducey. President Biden is continuing his first trip to Africa, saying the U.S. is all in on the continent's future.
Although I don't know exactly what the future will hold, I know the future runs through Angola, through Africa. I mean it sincerely.
Speaking at the National Slavery Museum in Angola, he highlighted U.S. investments, including a rail line connecting the Indian and Atlantic coasts, and announced $1 billion in aid for Africans displaced by historic drought and food insecurity. Jury deliberations continue at the trial of Daniel Penny, the Marine veteran charged in the death of Jordan Neely after putting him in a chokehold on a New York City subway last year. The judge telling jurors that in order to convict on the top count, second-degree manslaughter,
they have to believe the prosecution has proved three things: that Penny caused the death of Jordan Neely, did so recklessly, and was not justified.
Fox's C.P. Cotton. Earlier, the jury requesting to rehear instructions on justification defense and the definitions of crimes charged. The defense argues Penny acted to protect passengers. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Yesterday was just the beginning. 25 degrees, cloudy downtown. Your radar currently clear of any trouble. Low of 24 expected tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox for the Michaelis Corporation. Here's what's trending at 5:02. As you settle into December, expect to see some more snow, ice, and cold temperatures. Here's Ryan Hedrick.
We've already had several days of morning temperatures in the teens, and with the La Nina pattern in effect, central Indiana is ahead of its usual snowfall pace compared to the last couple of years.
Now that we're seeing a winter that's a little bit closer to normal, it feels a little abnormal to us. So far this winter we've got 3.7 inches of snow, whereas last winter we got only 8.2.
Cody Moore, forecaster at the National Weather Service in Indianapolis, says snow isn't melting, and that's why you may be encountering slick roads. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Slick roads were part of the reason behind nearly 200 crashes during your afternoon drive yesterday in Indianapolis.
I think people are often quick to blame the roads or the road conditions.
State Police Sergeant John Perrine says what people need to do instead is be more patient when they're driving and more willing to slow down. No one was hurt or killed in any of the wrecks yesterday. Indiana's Lifeline law gives legal protection to anyone who calls 911 to get an underage drink or medical attention, but it does not protect the person who needs the actual medical attention.
Again, we're going to make a push this year to give immunity to that individual who needs medical attention.
Former Indiana State Senator Jim Merritt, who wrote the original Lifeline law, now he believes it's time for a change. And the Indiana Hoosier football team has won more games than at any other point in program history.
A lot of that is because of their head coach, Kurt Cignetti. I'm John Herrick. On Tuesday, it was announced that Cignetti was the Big Ten Coach of the Year. He told the Big Ten Network right after he took the job a year ago, he had a feeling something special was on the horizon.
I knew we had a chance to be a good football team, and I knew that in December when we brought those 22 transfers in.
And we just had to, develop the culture, the mindset.
Indiana's 11-1 so far this year. Cignetti is the third Indiana head coach to be the Big Ten Coach of the Year, along with Tom Allen and Bill Mallory. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 5:04.
When you have a fire emergency, you need a restoration company you can trust to put everything back together. Pat Sullivan here for the Michaelis Corporation. I know. I've relied on Michaelis after a fire at my home. I'm here with the owner, Richard Michaelis. Richard, what makes Michaelis the right call if you have a fire?
Michaelis is local and family owned. We are your neighbors, 39 years of experience, and we'll respond 24/7, 365. The Michaelis Corporation is IICRC certified. We will restore your home or business to pre-loss condition or better.
I've lived it. Michaelis was on the scene at my home before the firefighters had even rolled up their hoses. They asked me about calling a restoration company. I told them I had Michaelis. They told me Michaelis was the real deal. You help with insurance, too?
Yes, we'll work through the insurance process to give you peace of mind.
Water, storm, fire, and mold. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIXED-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
With traffic on the 5s at 5:05, how are things looking, Matt Bear?
All right, Harrison. Well, downtown, we still have this crash on northbound 6570 Washington Street. It's been pushed to the shoulder, still jamming us up into the south split. And that has stopped eastbound 70 from Belmont into the south split. 16-minute delay. Inbound 65 stop and go. MLK to Meridian Penn for a 9-minute delay. Looking at the southwest side, eastbound 465 loaded from Sam Jones Expressway to Man Road. Northbound 465 stop and go on the northwest side from 86th Street up to 865. Eastbound 465 stop and go traffic Westfield Boulevard to Allisonville Road. Traffic sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. What makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination? Because they offer free battery testing and charging and reliable replacement batteries. And they've always got your battery solution. Get in the zone. AutoZone. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Tonight, cloudy with lows in the mid-20s. Wednesday, active with highs back in the 40s. Gusts of 30 to 40 miles per hour times. Spotty wintry mix possible early. Rain, snow by Wednesday night with some slick travel possible and intense snow bursts. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna from 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on The Level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are
I love this because it's like Donald Trump is already president. Biden really nowhere to be found except exonerating and pardoning his degenerate cocaine addict son, Hunter Biden, not only for the gun charges and the tax stuff, but any crimes that he may have committed back to 2014. But Donald Trump...
We need to get him on the podcast, the degenerates next door. So, Hunter, what do you think about that Big Ten championship game this weekend?
So it's like Donald Trump, we just had pretty boy Trudeau in from Canada kissing the ring. You had, did Joe Biden facilitate any of the or did anybody pay this much attention to Biden when he was elected? Donald Trump's already been talking to Mexico about tariffs and border stuff. The same with Canada. He's talking about, Zelensky and Putin getting together and we need to come to a resolution to get this thing over with. And now he's talking about the American hostages, American/Israeli hostages held by Hamas. He's like, look, these guys better be loose. You better not touch another hair on their heads, because by the time I take the oath of office later on in January, there's going to be hell to pay if you don't. And if there's anybody that doesn't think that Donald Trump won't do that, I mean, ask el-Baghdadi, ask Soleimani. Remember Soleimani back in January 2020, precision drone strike, leader of the Revolutionary Guard for Iran, just incinerated him. I think there was only a finger with a ring left.
That's how they knew it was Soleimani.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's his ring. Damn. And I love the way that Trump announces this stuff. Like when they killed el-Baghdadi, if you remember the way that went down, there was like a military dog that went in the cave and found him, and then
he ran off and killed himself with a suicide vest along with 2 kids, the coward that he is. Yeah.
Right, but it was Secret Services, not Secret Service, but Special Forces, rather, that were able to locate him. And all he does is in a chopper presser, which, God, I can't wait until they come back.
Oh, I know.
He goes out there, just a few simple words. El-Baghdadi is dead.
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 He's dead like a dog. Beautiful dogs.
DEAD-AH. Dead. Like there's an at the end of it. El-Baghdadi, dead.
So for him to tell Hamas and whoever else is facilitating and harboring terrorists and helping them with the American hostages still from Israel I think they've got a timer on their hands. If they think Donald Trump won't do anything to get those guys, hell to pay is the quote. There will be hell to pay, release the hostages. Now, that's a message he put out on his Truth Social.
Right, those aren't your words.
No.
That's what he put out on Truth Social. And I wonder if the Democratic machine, like the leaders of the party, the real leaders, not Joe Biden, because he doesn't even know if he's wearing pants or not right now. The real leaders, do they see how Donald Trump is already acting like the president? Do they see the country being excited for some of these cabinet members? Like, because that should be their come to Jesus moment going, you know what, maybe opening up the border wasn't the best idea. Yeah, we were trying to flood these key swing states so we would never lose elections again, but we lost the next election, and now people might not ever come back. Like, I wonder if they're having that little internal conversation, or are they just blaming everybody else in the country? I can't believe all these racists and Nazis voted him in.
You nailed it. That's what it is.
The calendar has officially flipped to December. Again, each night on our social media, check out the video we put out of the Old Smoky Moonshine Advent calendar that I've been doing. And thanks for the suggestions, by the way. I did put it in the fridge because the first two nights, the samples that I got out of the Advent calendar.
Yeah, one of them was eggnog, right?
Eggnog and like a fruit punch kind of shine.
You want those cold.
Now, I can drink them warm, and I did. You know why? Because I'm a champion. But I put it in the fridge, and we'll see what happens tonight. But since it is the holiday season, I think we should set the mood with another holiday memory from the First Lady of WIBC, the lovely Terry Stacy.
What do you want for Christmas?
Holiday Memories with Terry Stacy.
My very favorite Christmas special is Charlie Brown's Christmas. My second favorite is Emmanuel in Bangkok.
Holiday Memories with Terry Stacy.
I want to spend the holidays at the Stacy house. 100%.
Emmanuel.
We're getting some numbers slowly trickling in from Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all that kind of stuff. U.S. consumers spent $11.3 million online every single minute this Black Friday between the peak hours of 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. $11.3 million. Wow. Now think about the economy right now in this country. It's not great, right? Everything's more expensive. People are having a hard time paying their rent. But boy, when Black Friday rolls around, might not have money for the rent or eggs, but damn it, I'm going to Amazon.
Yeah, total $10.8 billion online only on Black Friday. I'm just talking about online. $10.8 billion total. Most of that was spent on toys. Listen to these numbers real quick. Do we have time for this?
Yeah.
The toys sales surged 622% on Black Friday, more than any other retail category. 622%. Popular toys, Harry Potter Legos, the Wicked toys, card games, board games, Disney princess stuff. And then the second was like jewelry, then appliances, clothing, electronics, all up, up from last year. Jewelry 561%.
I like it when you said board games, man, because I think if more families played board games together and just did activities together, society would be better off. Society would be a lot better off if people actually spent time with their family.
Turn the TV off, put the phone down, the board games.
Right.
But again, I think the Hammer household gets in each other's faces when Monopoly is played. Right? I mean,
well, you have to, because if Jacob doesn't get his way, he stands up and filibusters when it's his turn. He'll grab the dice, stand up, and talk about why a trade should not go down, and he goes full filibuster on the floor.
And I'm sure, I think I remember you telling me that tables have been flipped in the household before whilst playing Monopoly.
We play to win, Nige. We play to win. Who was it? Herm Edwards, the old coach?
Wow.
You play to win the game. And when you don't get your way, boom, there goes the table.
Okay.
Another key category of Black Friday were firearms. Now, we're just now getting these numbers. I wish we would have got these yesterday. We would have talked to Guy Relford about it. But sales of firearms, guns on Black Friday, really strong. Some retailers reporting their best post-Thanksgiving sales since 2020 when the COVID crisis was going on. Justin Anderson, he's the marketing manager of Hyatt Guns in Charlotte, one of the nation's biggest firearm stores, said that this past Black Friday was bigger than COVID. So people are going out buying firearms, Nige. What do we make of that?
Well, it's funny. I texted Guy Relford about this to see what his take was because, again, we could have had these stats yesterday. We didn't have these yesterday when he was in for Monday Gun Day, but he wrote back. He said it's funny. Some people buy guns when they think the Democrats are about to take them away, and some people buy guns when they're confident the Republicans won't. And I think it's just the latter group is what he said. So that's his take. I don't know. Again, with everything with Black Friday and the deals, as the crazy coupon lady, DILL.
Right,
as
right.
Crystal Hammer would say, the deals. Good deals on lots of guns on Black Friday.
According to sleep experts, Nige, the best position to sleep, most people say, is on your side with a pillow between your legs.
Yeah.
You have pillow between your legs, guy?
I got a big body pillow, so it reaches from my chest down to my legs. And so I kind of cradle that either on my side or kind of I'll sleep on my stomach with my arm and legs kind of wrapped around the body pillow. I got pillows everywhere. I got another pillow, like I'll have one separating me and Lindsay in the bed. She gets so frustrated with it, but I got to have a pillow like on my back too.
Right. But the thing is,
I'm nuts
it's usually most of our wives that want the damn pillows up there anyway. So you don't get the complaint about the pillow being in the middle when you were the one that wanted 85 pillows on the bed.
All those stupid.
Don't shake your head at me, Allison. All right,
Yeah.
if you're going to jump in the conversation, jump in the conversation.
No, I was laughing because I had this debate this weekend with my sister because I hate those decorative pillows.
Good.
Okay,
because
fine.
there's 10 of them on the bed, and you just end up on the floor, and they're not even comfortable.
They're
pillows.
not. The fabric on those decorative pillows, we have them all over our couch downstairs.
Oh,
And the fabric is so coarse and like it's itchy.
Right.
I can't lay my head on, take a nap on that.
Yeah, there are so many damn decorative Christmas pillows around our house right now.
Yeah.
There's 2 on the love seat. There's 2 on the couch. There's 847 on the bed right now. All of them have got like a snowman or a Santa on it or something like that. So I get it, man. I get it. Which brings us to great moments in sleeping history. This is when Nigel was recorded snoring when he was deep asleep.
Oh my gosh.
Lord, this is during commercial break.
Oh.
That's unfortunately real, authentic audio.
Yes.
Several years ago, I wasn't wearing my Breathe Right strip, and I didn't have my CPAP machine with me. I think that was a Great Wolf Lodge. I think if you keep listening to that audio, I stopped breathing for like 30 seconds.
Oh, it's like a minute.
And then Lindsay played it for me the next morning. I like, were you going to make sure that I was still alive? Did
She's
you not
enjoying
want
the peace and quiet.
Who do you think had the pillow on your face?
That's what the decorative pillows are for.
Right. That's where those damn decorative pillows come into play. Matt Bear standing by. He's got to look at the roads.
Yeah, looking at northbound 6570 Washington. Crash on the shoulder has a slow to the south split. Eastbound 70's better. Still slow, though, from Belmont into the south split. On the north side, northbound 465 stop and go from 79th to 865. Eastbound 465 stop and go traffic Westfield Boulevard over to Allisonville Road. On the southeast side, southbound 465 slows from 74 to Arlington Avenue. And on the southwest side, southbound 465 jammed from Sam Jones Expressway past Kentucky Avenue. Traffic sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone, AutoZone. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Sounded like Matt Bear was in pain when he was in the zone right there. Get in the zone. Oh, God, AutoZone.
You better get in the zone.
Oh.
Menacing. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
27 right now at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. We need 16 people to hit thumbs up on the YouTube chat. In case you didn't know, there are cameras in the WIBC studio. The WIBC YouTube feed broadcasts this show online. So if you want to see Nigel's very thin, tan face, or if you want to see how sexy I look today, jump on the WIBC YouTube, check out the show. You can jump in the chat. Our YouTube chatters are awesome, but we need 16 more people to hit that thumbs up. We need to get to 100 likes. So if you could help us out, that would be great. Are you okay with this? Next.
Mark Dietel, not just a real estate agent, he's the only real estate expert I'd trust with the sale of my house, maybe even finding me a new one like Mark in Danville, finished building his new perfect home out of state, but needed out of the old place quickly. Got to cover the cost of the new house. He needed a big price. The one he was selling, Mark Dietel, was on the job, had his old house sold in 3 days on the market over asking price.
Here's what separates Mark Dietel from the competition: the guarantee. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. That's right. That is the Mark Dietel guarantee. He will buy it if your home isn't sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline. You pick the move date, no long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. Mark Dietel makes it easy. Give him a call today, 317-755-4232, or go to markdietel.com. That's Mark, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
This Christmas, as you're picking out gifts for loved ones, take a moment to think about the future gift you can give yourself. The gift of a secure retirement. Howard Bailey Financial is here to help you unwrap the possibilities of peace and confidence. With our free retirement toolkit, you'll get practical steps and insights to plan for the years ahead. From saving strategies to planning tips, this toolkit is like a financial compass for your future. And best of all, it's completely free to download. Don't wait until next year to start planning. Text GIFT to 888-262-1104. Download your free retirement toolkit and give yourself the gift of financial confidence this holiday season. That's GIFT to 888-262-1104 to start planning today. Howard Bailey Security, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
So this new dose is, well, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
An official message from Medicare.
Couple more minutes, and we'll start this month's book club.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year, I'm comparing my options during Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you.
And you gotta make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money.
Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
It's the holidays. If you're feeling bah humbug or not bringing your usual cheer, it could be low testosterone. It affects our moods. Testosterone therapy, or TRT, can help put jingle in your bells. Guys have different T levels. We're not all the same. Don't go for just any standard dosage TRT plan. We recommend personalized treatment you get with the experts at Low T Center. Their TRT plan is tailored just for you with over a decade of experience. Go to lowtcenter.com and book your appointment. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
At Diamonds Direct, we have the perfect gifts for the season, starting at around $500. Come and let our experts help you pick out that headliner gift. Or for some fabulous ideas, see the online seasonal gift guide now at diamondsdirect.com. You can even chat now with a virtual assistant. We've got special financing so you can spread out your payments. Get directions, details, special showroom hours, and our holiday gift guide now at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
This hour powered by bwindow.com, where their annual 52% off Black Friday has been extended.
Are you really okay with this?
Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, yeah!
Well, Hammer, a Chinese-born cryptocurrency entrepreneur, has followed through on his promise to eat the banana from a $6.2 million piece of artwork he bought earlier this month. On top of that, the fruit vendor who sold the banana is salty. He only got 35 cents. I'm going to explain this to you as best I can. Some artist, some, performance crazy artist, taped a banana to a white wall and has been shipping it all across the country. People have been paying to see this thing, and somebody bought it for $6.2 million. It's considered artwork. Again, picture a...
Did Hunter Biden make that art? Was that part of the Hunter Biden
I would
collection?
say, after looking at this piece of artwork that sold for $6.2 million, Hunter is probably more talented than whoever put this together. But, so that's an unusual, unique, alternative form of art. A banana taped to a white wall that somebody paid $6.2 million for. Here is here are the moments the art piece was actually auctioned off.
Fair warning, at $5,200,000. Jen, the Catalan is yours. Congratulations. Thank you very much indeed. Title number 17.
So it ended up being actually $6.2 million. Again, the guy, Chinese-born cryptocurrency entrepreneur, ate the banana after he paid $6 million for it, saying that was art in itself. Are you okay with any of this?
So first, let me answer your question. No. Secondly, how is this art? How is just a banana duct taped to a white piece of wall considered art? That's so damn ridiculous. And then on top of that, you've got this guy with so much money to just blow. He buys this piece of junk for over $6 million, and then he eats the banana. Like, imagine the good he could have done with that money, right? He paid $6 million to buy a banana. You could have helped so many people, but you bought the banana and ate it. No, I hate all these people. I hate the people that made it. I hate the people that sold it. I hate the auctioneer. I hate the guy that bought it. And I hope the banana was poisonous, and I hope he's sick. I hate everybody.
A woman in
Merry
Alaska.
Christmas.
Wow, a woman in
Pass
Alaska.
the Tylenol.
Wow, yeah. Holy, where's the Tylenol? A woman in Alaska named Esther, helping make sure that neighbors in remote areas living off the grid in Alaska had a happy Thanksgiving by airdropping them turkeys as she flew by in her plane. Here she is talking about why she's done this for 3 years in a row now.
During the freeze up, you can't really get around. You can't travel out there, but you can fly. One weekend, and I was visiting our newest neighbor, and they were talking about splitting a squirrel 3 ways for dinner and how that didn't really go very far. And I just had a thought at that moment, you know what? I'm gonna drop them a turkey for Thanksgiving. My vision with this is to reach farther parts of Alaska because there are so many families that live.
Are you okay with this, dropping turkeys out of a plane?
No, because I've seen this happen, and it's not good.
No.
It was the early 80s.
Yeah.
There was a radio station in Cincinnati, WKRP. The newsman was one Les Nessman, and he can give you a play-by-play of what happens when turkeys fall out of the sky.
Oh, my God, they're turkeys! Oh, Johnny, can you get this? Oh,
Cows running around pushing each other. The turkeys are hitting the ground like sacks of wet cement.
The turkeys are hitting the ground like sacks of wet cement. Somebody's going to get killed. No, not okay with that.
I thought these turkeys could fly. Now, I believe she was dropping frozen turkeys, just to clarify.
But imagine how hard those bastards come hurtling down to earth. My God, that lands on your car, it's going to destroy it. All right, we haven't done this in a little bit. Maybe you did it last week. I wasn't here. Caller roulette?
Yeah, we did a version of it last week. We had some trouble with the phones.
Okay.
Of course.
That's part of their whole roulette experience. Are the phones going to work? Are we going to have idiots on the line? You never know. It's caller roulette. 239-9393. That's our phone number. Whatever you want to talk about. If you want to talk about Hunter Biden's pardon, if you want to talk about Christmas, if you want to talk about producer Allison or Nigel or myself in any way, you can do it. Anything goes. All we ask, you don't swear on the air and you keep it brief. Okay? 239-9393. We'll see if the phone lines are working. It's kind of a crapshoot. It's a 50-50 thing. 239-9393. If it doesn't work, keep trying, keep calling back. Hopefully, we'll take your calls next.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It's how things normally go. 25 degrees, cloudy downtown, all clear with your radar. Low temps are expected to stay in the low 20s tonight, so stay bundling up, I guess. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 5:30. This winter is off to a wetter start compared to last year. Cody Moore with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says the conditions are more in line with the typical winter in Indiana.
Now that we're seeing a winter that's a little bit closer to normal, it feels a little abnormal to us. So far this winter we've got 3.7 inches of snow, whereas last winter we got only 8.2.
Moore says snow and rain are expected to return Wednesday night and into Thursday morning. Could impact how you drive into work in a couple of days. South Korea's leaders backed down from martial law. Fox's Kristen Goodwin reports.
South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol announcing he will lift the emergency declaration of martial law, his cabinet approving. This hours after he imposed it in a televised briefing, saying it was critical to defend the country's constitutional order. He's accused his political opponents in parliament of sympathizing with North Korea and of paralyzing the government with anti-state activities. The move prompting South Korean police and military to swarm parliament. The reversal comes after the National Assembly passed a resolution demanding it, calling the martial law invalid and saying lawmakers will protect democracy with the people. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
The White House also saying that the U.S. was seriously concerned about the whole thing. It's been almost a week since a temporary ceasefire was announced between Israel and Hezbollah, and some officials are already calling it a fragile agreement. State Department Principal Deputy Spokesperson Vedant Patel says the U.S. is hoping the agreement's not broken prematurely.
Our hope and our expectation is that parties are going to abide by their commitments and that the ceasefire will continue to be implemented. We are continuing to support that implementation. We're working on continuing to build a robust mechanism that assesses the parties in addressing violations.
The 60-day ceasefire is supposed to end in late January, days after President Biden will be leaving the White House. And Indiana Hoosier head football coach Curt Cignetti was named the Big Ten Football Coach of the Year earlier today. He's led Indiana to an 11-1 record.
It was a historic year for Indiana football when you look at the history and the things we accomplished. And we're not done yet, and we're not satisfied.
Cignetti of the Big Ten Network earlier this afternoon. Those 11 victories are the most in IU football history in a single season. With a look at the roads at 5:33, how's it going, Matt Bear?
Harrison, we do have a crash cleanup on northbound 6570 at Washington Street on the shoulder, causing stop-and-go traffic into the South Split that drags eastbound 70 from Belmont into the South Split interchange for an 8-minute delay. Inbound 65 stop-and-go MLK to Meridian Penn for a 10-minute delay. Looking at the east side, southbound 465 grinding before Washington Street down to Arlington Avenue. That's because of a crash blocking the right shoulder. North side, eastbound 465 stop and go from Meridian over to Allisonville Road. And northbound 465 slow roll from 86th Street up to 865. Traffic sponsored by Pierce Jewelers in Carmel. Come see Pierce Jewelers' breathtaking selection of sparkling lab-grown diamonds, refined to perfection and value. It's the new choice in diamonds. Remember, shop local, shop smart at Shop Pierce Jewelers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thanks, Matt. And here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Tonight, cloudy with lows in the mid-20s. Wednesday, active with highs back in the 40s. Gusts of 30 to 40 miles per hour at times. Spotty wintry mix possible early. Rain, snow by Wednesday night with some slick travel possible and intense snow bursts. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna from 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah, well, we were going to do caller roulette, and the phones aren't working.
What the hell is wrong with this system here?
It's Nigel's fault. He jinxed us earlier.
Right.
Is that it? Yeah.
You do this all the time. You did it to Rob in the Bears football game the other day.
Oh, I happily jinx Rob anytime, day
But why
or
would
night.
you screw our own show over, dumbass?
That's my fault.
You know
yeah.
these phones are made by some Mickey Mouse company that for whatever reason we can't afford to fix, and you said, oh, everything's going great. Fantastic.
Well, I mean, we did, in all fairness, find winners for the Jeff Foxworthy stand-up comedy tickets. Phones were working then. I could only assume.
But just let it roll. Don't say anything, man. Pitcher with a no-hitter. Just let it ride.
I just, it's like, in all seriousness, I'm kind of like just over it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, the engineers have been in here, and I'm not blaming them, but like, get the phone company involved.
Right.
Because you just tried to call the 2399393 number. It was like, right. All circuits are busy now.
But there were nobody standing by on the phone. Like, how can we be the number one station in this city? We bring in the most money of anybody in this damn building, and the phone system apparently is made in Taiwan, and nobody wants to fix it. Nobody knows anything about it. This is so embarrassing and stupid. This is so ridiculous. I'm trying to be cool about it, but I'm also low-key really angry because nobody wants to fix this problem. How can you have this big of a flame-throwing radio station? I mean, you can hear us basically down to the Ohio River. You can hear us far north, like past Lafayette.
You can hear us. You just can't call us.
Right. This is so embarrassing and laughable, but it is what it is, I guess. There's nothing we can do about it. If I knew how to fix it, I would. But there really doesn't seem to be a sense of urgency here either.
Get the phone company involved. I understand, like, the guys that work here that do all the tech stuff. They're in here, it seems like every day. I'm not blaming them, but it's probably time to get AT&T in here.
Right. Somebody called Dion over at the Urban One office. He got a big promotion. Can he maybe yell at some people to maybe fix this thing? This is ridiculous. I bet if TLC or Hank or B were having problems with their phones, it'd been fixed that weekend. But again, this is so embarrassing and so ridiculous. I'm almost ashamed. I don't want to do caller roulette anymore until this phone system is taken out back and beaten with a baseball bat like that scene in Office Space. Die, mother. Die, mother. Anyway, check out this story from California. Axe-carrying burglar in California tried to break into a church. We talked about this with Guy Relford yesterday. Churches are kind of soft targets, right? Unless Guy Relford's in the church, which then it becomes a very hard target.
I've been to some of these bigger churches in Central Indy. There's a certain level of security that I kind of just noticed, like plain clothes, that somebody would have a tough time, I think.
But not everybody's a mega church.
I understand. Yeah, I understand.
Like churches and schools,
like this guy, I don't
malls, they're kind of soft targets for the most part. So some axe-carrying numbnuts tried to break into the church. But that's when the pastor, who is trained in martial arts, confronted the dude, stopped the dude. Here is badass Pastor Nick talking about the attempted burglary.
I shouted at him to stop and that the police were going to be on the way, and I grabbed a hold of him, and we ended up wrestling in the parking lot of the church. I've studied in some jiu-jitsu and some kickboxing and have a mixed martial arts background, and so it was very helpful to be able to grapple with this gentleman without having to do much harm to him. It was just ironic that if he would have just come a couple days earlier, he would have been able to be blessed and get some food, but he decided instead to smash windows and desecrate property and do something that's going to hurt the ministries.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, you're in California, which is kind of just like New York. The jury deliberations going on with Daniel Penny there, who subdued a would-be attacker on a train and ended up inadvertently killing him. Same with this guy, this axe-wielding burglar in California breaking into a church. I guarantee if this pastor would have done any level of harm to this lunatic, the pastor would somehow be at fault. The pastor who is trained in martial arts would be in trouble here.
And did you hear his words? He was like, I wish he would have came in earlier. I would have blessed him. But instead, and I'm paraphrasing here, I had to beat the hell out of him. Good for this pastor, man. That's awesome. Which brings us to great moments in pastor history.
There is such a thing?
Oh, yeah. This is the pastor in Missouri who was a little upset that the people in his congregation didn't get him the watch he wanted for Christmas.
See, that's how I know you're still poor, broke, busted, and disgusted, because of how you've been honoring me. I'm not worth your McDonald's money. I'm not worth your Red Lobster money. I ain't worth your St. John knit. Y'all can't afford it no how. I ain't worth y'all Louis Vuitton. I ain't worth your Prada. I'm not worth your Gucci. You can buy a Movado watch in Sam's. Yes, you can. And y'all know I asked for one last year. Here it is the whole way in August. I still ain't got it. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Let me kick down the door and talk to my cheap sons and daughters. I don't want to hear no more excuses about what y'all can't afford. You can't afford it because you don't see the value here. Y'all hear from y'all pastor and father, I'm over y'all. I'm over your cheap expressions.
That makes me sick.
Let us pray.
Somehow I couldn't imagine, Pastor Aaron over at Traders Point preaching to our congregation. Hey, look, I ain't worth your McDonald's money. You can't afford a Rolex.
I asked for it last year. It's August and I still haven't got it.
Somehow, this guy in Missouri, I mean, you talk about just a scam artist. Wow.
Great moments in pastor history. So I'll see your pastor in Missouri who thought everybody in his congregation was cheap because they didn't buy him the fancy watch that he wanted. And I'll raise you this pastor in Mississippi who's very angry that the women in the choir are dressing like floozies.
You so-called Christian-looking whores.
Oh!
Jumping in some church, flapping your ankle chains around, all on the choir, breasts hanging out, lips all red, nails painted red, purple, blue, green, long like bird claws, all this fake hair, breast implants, toenails painted with little fake diamonds in it. Your toes ain't richer. You're nothing but a prostitute. Amen. You're nothing but a singing hoe, a shouting hoe, a organ playing hoe, a choir director hoe. If what I just said describe your wife, you're married to a hoe.
Jeez. Micah Beckwith, if you're listening right now, I will donate $1,000 to your, whatever it is, transition team if you open up your service this Sunday with that exact speech. Pastor Micah, do you want $1,000 or not? The ball is in your court.
Yeah, something's wrong when the pastor of a church is either criticizing his congregation for not buying him a Rolex or using the word whore in any context whatsoever up at the pulpit.
Imagine going back home and you're talking to your family and friends and they ask you, how was church? Well, I don't know. The pastor called my wife a whore. Oh, well, okay. Lastly, great moments in pastor history. From the Wayans parody movie, Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood.
Yes.
Take a listen to this guy because honestly, I think the previous two guys who are real were actually worse than this guy.
Now I realize that every now and again, some of you women folk, you get hot, you get bothered, and every now and again you get hot and bothered. Well, what I want you to do when you get that hot and you need a little relief, I want you to call me.
Who would you rather have as your pastor? The fictional guy they're making fun of or the two real losers?
Or the pastor, the reverend in Friday as well. Can I get a little 20, twin?
And, I mean, we could go down a rabbit hole here in Coming to America.
Yes.
At the big pageant that's going on. Arsenio Hall's character.
Sexual chocolate.
Looks so good, want to sop her up with a biscuit. Dateline LA. The Los Angeles Police Department held a press conference that said a woman from Hawaii who vanished last month after landing at the LAX airport is now a voluntary missing person case.
I saw this.
Take a listen.
Yeah.
Late yesterday, we reviewed video surveillance from U.S. Customs and Border Protection, which clearly shows Kobayashi crossing the United States border on foot into Mexico. She was alone with her luggage and appeared unharmed. At this time, Kobayashi's case has been classified as a voluntary missing person. We've basically done everything we can do at this point. She's left the country and in another nation now, so my ask would be to anybody considering doing this, think about the people that you're leaving behind, your loved ones who are going to be worried sick about you. Consider those that are behind you and those that will be impacted by your actions.
She must have really hated her family because she left Hawaii and crossed into Mexico the last time she was seen. It's such a weird story. Her name's Hannah Kobayashi. By the way,
she's not the hot dog eating Kobayashi, is she?
What I think of when I hear the last name Kobayashi is not the professional eater, not the competitive eater. I think of the scene in Step Brothers. Like Kobayashi. I remember a Catalina white mixer. Pow!
Allison, living the dream, aren't you?
Some things you can't unsee.
Doesn't get any better than this, does it?
Living the dream.
Oh, man.
Greetings from R&R Agency, your Indiana health insurance pros. And a thank you to our loyal customers for making our agency a national sales leader for the 7th straight year. We recently saved a family of 4 over $500 monthly when compared to their ACA plan. You know it's still Obamacare, right? We've recently saved a 61-year-old retiring couple over $600 when compared to their COBRA plan. Breaking news. We are now able to offer health insurance to employer groups of all sizes with 2 of the largest insurers in the Midwest. We'll be here when you need us. Quoting my favorite president, what the heck do you have to lose? We can help. As always, God bless America, or at least what's left of her.
Call Ron or Terry at 317-563-0868. That's 317-563-0868. Or go to rragency.org. That's rragency.org. A health plan managed and chosen by you, not the government.
Your business needs a network it can count on.
Power's out.
Comcast Business has you covered with Wi-Fi backup to help keep your business up and running, even when your power goes out.
Everybody in the warehouse good? Lights are out, but the Wi-Fi's up. Let's power on.
It's from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Break room, you good? Can't microwave my burrito, but Wi-Fi's fine. Let's power on.
Power on with the leader in connectivity, Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Learn how to get Comcast Business Internet, Security Edge, and Wi-Fi backup for $59 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement when you add Comcast Business Mobile Unlimited. Plus, for a limited time, find out how to get an $800 holiday bonus prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call or go online to ComcastBusiness.com today. Ends 12/15/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 300 megabit per second internet, Security Edge, and Connection Pro. EcoBill and auto pay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change.
So this new dose is, well, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
Downtown Indy, dressed in holiday style and glowing with bright lights and festive sights all season long. Gather with friends on Monument Circle to enjoy stunning holiday lighting and audio-visual presentations every night of the week. Create new memories while dining at award-winning restaurants just steps from your favorite attractions, sporting events, and performances. Come winter wander in downtown Indy. Come for an event, stay for a holiday experience. Visit IndyWonderland.com for all the details, including curated downtown holiday itineraries. That's IndyWonderland.com.
Free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Visa offering our Black Friday extended sale. 52% off, 10% manufacturer rebates, and 18 months, no interest, no payments.
You want to listen all day to WIBC, but you don't always have time. Don't worry. There's a podcast for that. The WIBC Mashup. Daily highlights from your favorite hosts, Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, and Hammer and Nigel. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, Matthew, what are we looking at?
Southeast side, it is a stall on southbound 465 near Arlington Avenue. It has stop-and-go traffic back to Washington Street. Inbound 65, slow roll 29th to Meridian, Penn for a 7-minute delay. Eastbound 70, stop-and-go traffic, Harding Street to the south, split for a 4-minute delay. North side, eastbound 465, stop-and-go from Westfield Boulevard over to Allisonville Road. Crash north side, Keystone Avenue, south of 71st. Crash Greenfield, Main Street going westbound at 400 West. Traffic sponsored by Pierce Jewelers in Carmel. If you're looking for the hottest new trends in jewelry this year, come to Pierce Jewelers and see their Love to Love collection in lab-grown diamond jewelry. Remember, shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
27 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. And we mentioned this earlier, Nige. If you're looking for a reason to drink tonight, it's Ozzy Osbourne's 76th birthday. So let's take a little trip here. Great moments in Ozzy Osbourne history. This is when he sang the 7th inning stretch at Wrigley Field.
Let's go out to the bar.
Let's go out.
Let's go out to the room.
What?
Take me in. Every night you do. I don't remember what I have to do. And I've gone out of the line.
Are you sure this isn't Joe Biden?
3. Like you're out at the old ball game.
So that was a real thing. Great moments in Ozzy Osbourne history. Our friends at There I Ruined It. They took Black Sabbath and made them perform Country Roads by John Denver.
Almost heaven, West Virginia.
Come on.
Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is older than the trees. Mountains blowing like a breeze. Oh, Lord,
I kind of like it.
country roads take me home.
All right.
To the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama.
All right. And lastly, great moments in Ozzy Osbourne history. We talked about this girl the other day, the hot bagpipe chick.
Yeah.
She's playing the halftime show at the Colts game coming up December 22nd.
That's right. Yeah.
I hope she's going to be in town. I'd love to get her in studio. She put out a video of her performing Crazy Train on the bagpipes.
Killer.
That's pretty good. Great moments in Ozzy Osbourne history. All right, when we come back, we'll get Matt Barron here. We'll find out, to quote Vince Lombardi, what the hell's going on around here when it comes to traffic and ice and weather and roads and
last
salt.
Night, it was a nightmare coming home last night. Hour and a half.
Oh, it was brutal.
Oh.
It was brutal.
Hour and a half took me.
Matt Baer will join us coming up in just a little bit. Do not go anywhere. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Well, don't show up to that holiday party empty-handed looking for something new and unique. You might want to check out Barkeep Vodka. If you haven't tried Barkeep yet, you're missing out. It's the cleanest vodka ever. They use a new compression filtering process. It removes all the bite and burn and aftertaste, and it's local. And a better value than most other top-shelf vodkas.
If a better vodka at a lower price isn't enough, switch to Barkeep. It's made in Indy, distilled with corn from Indiana farmers. This is good stuff. Pick up a bottle anywhere. Spirits are sold. BarkeepVodka.com.
One of the real advantages that we have here at Hendricks is the scope of the services that we have to offer in orthopedics.
Whether they have a hip fracture or they're a high-functioning athlete, we're all working towards the same thing.
To have them be able to have an elective surgery safely and then go home also in a safe fashion is of utmost importance.
We very much want everyone to get back to doing everything that they were doing beforehand. We're really invested in it.
Unstoppable orthopedic care. Learn more at hendricks.org/ortho.
You might not consider yourself a tech expert, but you can still protect yourself from online scammers with McAfee Total Protection. From fake delivery texts to bank alerts, scams are everywhere.